Hello, y'all. Welcome once again, and thank you for joining me for another Smoke Show Sunday. S cubed, as the coroner says, and I really appreciate you guys for coming in here and joining me once again for one of these entertaining broadcasts, according to some of you. And we kind of I kind of say the word entertainment loosely because there are some people who actually have the fucking audacity to be offended by people who are easier to watch. So yeah, let's get to it. Before we get started, let you guys know, you can become a member. Let's look at the bottom of the screen. Thank you to the channel members: D. Scott, Greg, Aaron Peters, and Phil Brad. Really appreciate the support, fellas. And you yourself, if you're watching, can become a member of this channel as well for a very, very, very low price. About the cost of a super chat. So, yeah. Appreciate it once again. Shoot, let me, kind of had some little technical hiccups here, but yeah, Smoke Show Sunday. The intention of Smoke Show Sunday, number one, is to give today kind of a theme. Um, just, I mean, it was for me, it was kind of clever because I said all three words begin with S. Smoke Show Sunday. Hey, clever me. But we got some shit that we got to deal with today. And I don't really, and I say this with brutal honesty, I don't like get into conflicts and disagreement with folks and all that other bullshit, because I don't know, I have yet to make some folks around here realize that I do this YouTube thing for recreation. You know, I do this YouTube thing because has to be some common sense that is delved into the psyche of black men. And what I don't understand is, you know, people don't seem to get that. Not all, not all, some, just some. Okay. Okay, so let me take time to say this for a second. If you are on your way into this broadcast, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. So shout out to Kay Williams. He was here a little earlier. If he's not here now, he'll be back. Shoot. So uh, shout out to LaShawn Jefferson. What's going on? He said, I notice people hate when we honestly tell them truth. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of my major problems with our people sometimes. Not all, because you gotta say not all. For the slow folks. But you cannot sit there and identify a problem and only point the problem in certain directions. So yeah, we got LaShawn Jefferson in the house. We got Spawn, the programmer. I'm a hating ass nigga. Acknowledge me. Okay, acknowledgement granted. And we got Black Light Revelations 2 in the house, content creator. Please go over there and sub. And I believe he also has a Reacts channel. You can go over there and sub as well. Unless Reacts is somebody different, I could be mistaken. But Rob, any other content creator, is if you got a wrench, please don't hesitate to drop your link in the chat. Don't hesitate. Somebody that I was watching the other day, of course, was a very good example and influenced me to take more consideration for my audience. If I haven't been considerate enough already, you know what I'm saying. And that's just me, checking myself, and that's something that I know how to do. I don't, like, sometimes I don't know how to do anything else but check myself. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, by all means, if you are a content creator, you can go ahead and you can put your link in the chat, and maybe you'll get a sub or two out of it. You know, I know there were people that are in this space of YouTube that was uh that was gracious enough to me to, let me drop the link in their chat, and then I get a couple subs here and there. So, that's awesome stuff, and that's what I like to see is in this space. Whether you consider yourself Black Manosphere or not Black Manosphere, the 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 sight of black men being able to work together to accomplish a goal. Great minds think alike. Great minds, and we're not always, and that includes myself. We're not always the greatest of minds, but the intent is there. It definitely is. Shoot. So anyway, oh, we got 19. Oh, okay, we're getting a little started here. So, like I said, uh, please hit that like button on the way in. And for those of you who was watching last night, for those of you who were watching last night, I played my little dislike video, and I wake up this morning, and there it was, a dislike. So yeah, so it's that's what it is at this point. This is this like, and I'm not offended by dislikes. I actually celebrate them. So bring it. So let me upload this slideshow. Yeah, I love slideshows. Just with StreamYard. StreamYard is a very simple. StreamYard is a very simple streaming app to use, and in other words, it's user friendly. So anybody using StreamYard, I suggest that you learn everything that the app can do. It's not but a few things, but if you figure those few things out, then you can have a hella presentation. So, all right. So the topic for today is black men are supposed to lead. Yeah, because I hear this shit all the time from people on the internet, people on social media. I always hear this shit. Black men are supposed to lead. And the definition that I get, you know, every time I hear this word lead is shut up, build, give us money, take care of them little, take care of kids we had by all these other niggas, smack them in the head and make them act right. But don't tell me shit. Don't say a motherfucking thing. Don't criticize me. And this pretty much like and I'm not just talking about B dubs, because we're so famous for, well, we're always talking about the B dub, and we're trying to save Keisha, we're trying to bash Keisha. Which fucking one is it? Is it save Keisha or is it bash Keisha? And I'm sure women that are named Keisha is getting offended by this shit at this point. You know, I know a couple Keishas myself, and they're not near the archetype like a lot of you guys say it is. And just for the record, black men in the black manosphere, I don't believe we started the Keisha shit. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, guys, as you walk in, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button or whatever the F you want to do. Shoot. It's a bad faith argument with alternative facts. Spawn the programmer said, not exactly true, but I understand. Please offer clarity. Sometimes, I just I get to talking and talking, and then sometimes, sometimes it be like that. Kay Williams says people always debate with some form of plausible deniability. Prepper 101, what it is. Alonzo Hall, the All Star Advisor, what it do? Good to see you guys. Chaos Ring Show, what's up? Shoot. So, all right, let's black men are supposed to lead. Black men are supposed to lead. So, okay, in the chat, in the chat, you guys are very participating. I know I read your comments. What is your idea of black male leadership? That's the question I have for you. What is your idea of black male leadership? If you answer the question, I will definitely read it because the ideas that people give me, as far as black male leadership, is ultimately it all leads to saving hoes. And no, that's not true. Not at all. You don't save hoes. I don't save hoes. At least I came from a time period, where we were raised not to save hoes. We had rappers say we don't love them hoes or whatever. But say how are we going to lead when people don't listen to the things we say to avoid situations? Exactly. And then my question is like, lead what? So, all right, keep in mind when I open up the panel, whether you're a content creator, whether you are a panelist that participates in um, black, participate in Black Manosphere panels. Oh, what's good, BGS? Provide direction for their families. I could, I could rock with that, you know. uh, but anyway, anybody that decides, I mean, anyone that decides to come up to the panel once I provide that link, I I have I have one rule. It might become two or three subsequently in the next few weeks, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I have one rule: crying for these hoes is prohibited. And what is crying for these hoes as defined by this YouTube channel right here? It is whatever Kev decides. Whatever Kev decides. So anyway, yeah. So black male leadership. Black male leadership. Yeah, because I'm really looking for a solid answer here, and I mean, like BGS gave a pretty good answer, but it seems to me, just like I said, when you are on social media, you are a black man that has any opinion or criticism to share or anything like that. Uh, it's y'all supposed to be the leaders. So my definition, not really my definition, but the definition and the understanding I have from being on social media for quite a few years is that um hmm, shit, leadership is basically shut up and let me do what the fuck I want to do. We're not supposed to talk. And here's the thing. I'm gonna clarify some things for you guys. Number one, if black men are supposed to lead, that means that we are definitely in charge of the conversation, whatever direction it goes in. Now, with proper discernment, of course, and common sense, that's the way it's supposed to go down. So all these little fuck niggas around here, yeah, I'm gonna get very brutal tonight because something happened earlier today that I really did not like, and I'll explain because people act like if you get your weight up, if you are a productive male or something like that, or you are highly educated, then that's going to make people fall in line, which nothing could be further from the fucking truth. The fact of the matter is we have a self-hate problem, and the first line of defense is black men, period. So once, we all got mind fucked and crippled mentally, we put up the biggest resistance against the best chance that melanated people in Western culture have. And you can accept it or you cannot accept it, or you can come up here like some of them others that come up to YouTube every day and find something to cry about whenever a black man says something. You could be like that, or you can acknowledge the truth. And the truth of the matter is, if you it, you might want to consider showing us a little bit more respect. Seriously, especially if we haven't disrespected you first. Because, like I said, we're the best chance you got at this point. I mean, I don't know if many of you agree or many of you disagree, or what you're gonna do is when you see a black man that is an archetypal, uh, textbook, quintessential example of a leader, um, or are fault to the loser ass, angry ass, emotional single mom raised Pookie type, because a lot of people like to default to the other type, the lesser type, and try to make an example of black men. All of the reckless teenagers out there that did not have any guidance or have any positive male influence that are males, shoot, shit, y'all do just like the racist whites do. You call 13 and 14-year-old criminals black men. And I'm not going to sit here and beg for anybody's respect. All I said was you might want to show you the best chance you got respect. That's all I'm saying. But a lot of the problem, and I've said this before, is these niggas with this I am him bullshit that they love to pull. And we got a super chat. I really appreciate that. Is I don't know if this is your first time here, y'all. I mean, some of you guys switch up your names quite frequently, but we got Eli from Jersey with the super chat. Really appreciating it. He said, "Can we say hoes are for fun?" Exactly. Yeah, you can say hoes are for fun. You can say that all day because that's exactly what they are for. They are for fun. Shoot. All right. Alonzo Hall, the All Star advisor, says leadership is a multi level term. It takes initial discipline, agreed. The ability to be humble enough to ask for, agreed. Offer and give assistance to other black men, offer guidance. And we got hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power in the building. We got Petway Boy in the building as well. What is up? And Saint Nick 69. Continue guidance, whether by example or words, to possibly misguided or lost dudes who have Keisha and Jamal as their mom and dad. Hmm. I say leave them in the dust. Quit fooling with these women and who transmit the culture. Hey man, look. That's gonna be hard to implement or hard to get people to implement because there are too many fucking simps in this fucking world. So, yeah, let's get to the meat of it all. So, anyway, like it's not very tough to for me to come up here every day and give you my thoughts and my positions on certain situations. So, um, RPM, what it is. See you down there, can't see in red. And we got weather. What is up with the super chat? And he says, my contention has been black men haven't properly led their community. Now want to hop the fence and lead white or Latino women in communities other men have already built and want to be called leaders. Hmm. This is, I mean, maybe you've seen some examples of this. I mean, if you're saying is it is related to the space, I don't see too many black men in the space boasting, talking about, I'm the leader, I'm this, I'm that. You know, it is I don't see too many guys boasting that stuff, and I don't see like it is just like I just don't see it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I just don't see it. All right, got 52. I hope all of you are pressing like. So we got hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. What's going on? Chemistry Ibmore. What is up? Said sounds like Umar. You got to be clear. I hope you ain't talking about me. Because I seen I was looking at some content creator. it was Red Supreme, and I got kind of a bone to pick with that guy. Uh, Let me show you why. Okay, I'll get back to that fucker slide in a second, but yeah. So, oh, damn. So, hey, so look, I don't have problems per se with content creators. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple problems, but I do have issues with them saying stupid shit. So we got Red Supreme, you know, somebody who's highly critical of the Black Manosphere, like is just one motherfucker representing the Black Manosphere, which is some of the dumbest shit that I ever heard. Because like you get mad at one goddamn content creator and they're the whole goddamn Black Manosphere. And y'all act like we're all joined at the hip and cupping each other's balls. But I'll get to who I believe does that in a second anyway. The, he entitled the Black Manosphere should take the word black out of it and join white men. I got a better idea, Red Supreme. How about no? And I say this because I'm tired of seeing motherfuckers. I'm tired of seeing motherfuckers try to always minimize our position in this society to default to white people being superior. See, saying shit like this is called projection. That's what it's called. It's called projection. If he feels that in his fucking heart, he need to go over there and join white men. See, when I was growing up in the state of Alabama, we had white folks in check. They like as bad as that state was on racism, shit. When it was too many of us in one area, they used to quake in their fucking boots. It's these new niggas that ruined all that shit. I want to let y'all know that. We got Lord Lovesmith. That's an interesting name. He said, if a black woman died in front of me, I wouldn't even feel any. God damn. It's like, yeah, that's a little extreme, but I mean, I can't tell you what your experiences are. So, I mean, you got divestors talking about, hey, let's plot up on Clubhouse to kill black men. But for myself personally, I try to be better than all that. I try to be better than all that. And like I said, I don't know what your experience is, but my experience is to really just not take the violent route. I like to give people rope to hang themselves with. Is this? It is what it is. Shoot, Carlton Way One, what's going on? The outspoken introvert, Brooklyn Coast TV, Night Ish. What is up? What is up? So no, it unchained what it is. So no, what you see on the screen, I don't agree with the sentiment, and I take personal offense to that when you say shit like white people should be our leaders. No, nigga, white people should be your fucking leader. I mean, Marcus Romero Productions. As much time as he spent trying to roast Cynthia G and Nyla, uh, I don't know exactly, but is what it is with that brother. And you know what? And he's a pretty consistent content creator. I got to give it to him. Red is talking as if it's never been attempted. BGS can tell you that it has, which is the reason the Black Manosphere is even a thing. What's up, Cortez Smith? I don't know if I called your name earlier. All right, so let's see. Also, all right. See. Okay, not to focus so much on Solo TV 84, although I do not like the disrespect coming from that fat nigga at all. And I mean, like, he doesn't personally disrespect me, but he talks as if like this is the fucking swamp over here, and like he's like so fucking important that that every panel he goes on or every time he goes on the air or whatever, people should be kissing his ass. But this is the whole, like, just Pearly Things did some anti-Semitic stuff, and I don't know, said some other crazy shit, and now we're back on her pasty ass. Now we're back on her. We got Reg the bad guy. Ooh, just Pearly Things is the leader of the Black Manosphere. And I said, no, she's not. I commented, no, she's not. And then here comes idiot ass. And that's all I can say about him. I don't know what his level of education is. Um, Big J Triple X. I don't know if some of you know this guy or whatever, but he jumps on panels and starts screaming. Just starts screaming like a motherfucker, like a fucking banshee. Yes, y'all, she is y'all leader. Man, you don't get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. like like I'm gonna go ahead and start telling y'all. Really don't like that shit. So, but let's focus on the comment by Mad Dollars Gaming, one of them gaming niggas. He said a grifter that carpetbagged the Black Manosphere, hence the de facto leader of the Black Manosphere. You know who says that shit? Them I am him niggas. Hurry up and buy what it is. Yeah, super fucking slow. Cause like I made a suggestion to the guy. I said maybe you should stop yelling every time you get on a panel. Stop yelling. That's very female like. But what you know what the fuck he said? But what about Angry Man and Edward Anderson? You don't say nothing to them. I was like, huh? I hate that shit. I hate when people straw man like that. I really do. But a grifter that carpetbagged the Black Manosphere, hence the de facto leader of the Black Manosphere. Because, see, somebody like Mad Dollars Gaming believes that white people are superior. A belief that I did not grow up with. Sorry, guy. Okay, so, all right, so let's see. Let me get my thoughts together real quick because I'm finished on the other two content creators. Okay, so all right, so Kev makes a meme. We're gonna call this one Kev makes a meme. And like I said, hopefully all of you are pressing like. I mean, if you can't watch this broadcast at this time, you can be part of the replay gang. So, and I'm finna drop the link in a few minutes. Now, this ain't something that I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to deride anybody. I'm not trying to deride O'Shea Duke Jackson. But I gotta tell you guys. I gotta tell you guys this is like there are some content creators when O'Shea was doing panels and such. There were some content creators that are problematic right now that used to frequent O'Shea Duke Jackson's panels. Now, this quote that I put up, I don't know if he said it or not. And I'm not real cool with O'Shea about O'Shea or anything like that. But um, there's some content creators that used to go on O'Shea panels all the time. And the thing is, I believe that those content creators are bitter because some of us walked in and didn't have to get on O'Shea's back and tried to ride the fucking train to success. They're upset. They're mad with someone like me, with someone like the Roger Report. They're mad with people like Edward Anderson because we didn't have to deride a major content creator. We didn't have to. So somebody implied earlier today, I ain't gonna say the content creator's name, but AM1 tried to imply that I went to BGS Itmore like a fucking puppy and started kissing his ass so he can be a resource for me to grow my fucking channel. I didn't appreciate that. Because, see, I'm a man first. I'm a man before anything. I don't need to kiss BGS Itmore's ass. I don't at all. And if he expected me to, then that'll be a real different conversations. But I'm not gonna sit there and act tough and act like, man, that motherfucker better not be thinking I'm kissing his ass. Although he better not be thinking I'm kissing his ass. Shoot. I mean, but I'm just being a little silly about that. But but I mean, I go on this dude's broadcast. I was like, yo, and he was like, well, look, let me see if Kevin has anything positive to say. And then like, oh, then I made the comment. I was like, yeah, because you guys are always so super positive. And then I made my next comment was that was sarcasm. So he, well, I don't know, he tried to like kind of imply that, you know, BGS was sunning me, and then I'm sitting up there acting like, oh, he didn't sun me and all this other shit. No, a grown man on a fucking social media website is incapable of sunning me. Is incapable of sunning me. And let me if AM1 is out there listening somewhere, let me tell you something, brother. Your most productive broadcast in the years 2022 and 2023 is because of me. Your most productive broadcast. I'm talking about super chat. I'm talking about viewership. I'm talking about people participating in your panel. I'm talking about the most productive and the most exciting thing that you've ever been in the YouTube streets was because of me. How? People ask. How is that because of Kev? And the answer is the list. The list of the list of the official Black Manosphere list. Something that I gotta say was delayed because it's causing a lot of tension. It's causing a lot of frustration. People are considering it gatekeeping, and it's not all my decision when this list comes out. But see, if it were up to me, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't care what people think. I don't care because I have this mentality right here. Although I am a person, although I am a person that enjoys dissenting opinions, although I am a person that's like this, I'm also this kind of person. You're either with us or you are against us. I have no problem going by that fucking philosophy at all. And as a matter of fact, myself, Roger, and all those who were involved with that list, yeah, we really triggered the emotions of a lot of content creators that felt slighted because they weren't recognized on that list. There were some content creators that were recognized on that list that we had to remove because it's like it's not that it's not like okay, we were removing people like, oh, my issue with the Black Manosphere was this and this. No, it came down to a fuck the Black Manosphere. So I'm just like this. Okay, fuck the Black Manosphere. Fuck you too. And it's just like with me, I have that fuck you attitude. And I don't even have to yell and scream about that shit. Nigga want to say, hey, you know what? I know what you're trying to do with your numbers, and but griff. Grifting. That's an interesting word because hey, you know what? Like I said, if I had just relied on YouTube for an income, I would be fucking divorced, homeless, on the fucking street, car repossessed, all that shit. Niggas claim they helping black men by constantly talking about and berating black men. I don't see the logic in that shit. I don't see the logic in that shit. But yet and still, these dumbass motherfuckers want to convince you that they're the ones that's actually trying to help black men. My thing is, as long as black men gets help, I don't care what black man does it, as long as it's helpful. But you can't deny people who say, I've gotten help from this space, like that fuck nigga, the amazing Lucas did. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. We got more professional content creators that ain't even studying the bullshit. So that kind of weight is for content creators like me to carry. That yeah, I'll get back to the chat in a second. I'm kind of on a rant. So yeah, so who are some of these content creators that O'Shea couldn't save? I give you two of them, and I'll clue you in on a third one. The third one was a devil. He's a Satanist, a Luciferian, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. But that guy created his own lane, but constantly bitches about the Black Manosphere. Constantly bitches. The other two are AM1 and MOT. Yeah, that fat motherfucker. Shoot. So you tried to piggyback off of bigger, more successful content creator, and you still couldn't gain traction. You still couldn't. So the solution is to blame other content creators who have actual traction, who didn't need O'Shea. So yeah, that's the implication that I'm making. And and for a couple of you listening out there, y'all know I'm telling the truth. So anyway, let me drop this link. The man said the Black Manosphere has literally saved lives. Like I said, you can't deny black men. You can't deny black men who have said that. You can't do it. Big Dog Prod. What's good, OG and Big Dogs in the chat? To imply that I'm the one that follows BGS Itmo around like a fucking puppy and like a gigantic kiss ass. I was like, yeah, look, man, my patience is no more at all. Ding 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 ding, correct. I am him, Carmelo Hayes wannabe. Man, you must have watched NXT Great American Bash tonight. Man, that match was awesome. That main event was awesome. Brooklyn Coast TV said SMH, don't listen to that nonsense. Yeah, look, let me tell y'all something, man. My closest confidants have often told me, Kev, do you fuck them niggas. Don't let that look, keep doing you, basically. Damn. They will say anything now. Sounds like jealousy. Ding 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 ding, correct. I do rock with AM1 or MOT is. Okay, I mean, and I'm not telling you not to. Not like a couple of some people around here tell you not to rock with people. I'm not a. I gotta be serious. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell you guys not to rock with some people. I'd rather concentrate on building my brand and building this YouTube channel than to tell you not to rock with certain folks. Some of these people have no problem telling you not to rock with certain content creators. Shoot. But like I said, whether if you're negative toward me, and that's anyone, when I say I'm you, I'm not saying you. But if people are negative toward me, hey, you shoot, it's score shirt from here on out. Don't make bullshit implications and act like I ain't supposed to answer this shit. Like I address truth as I know it in AM1 because see, I think they're still a little triggered about that what's a YouTube daddy broadcast because that's all he kept saying. Oh, you was a broadcast, what's a YouTube daddy? No, because I don't know what that fucking is, especially with me. I mean, I don't have a YouTube daddy. I have a real daddy. Shit, I don't wake up to turn on YouTube just to find a broadcast berating certain content creators because you're triggered by them. Shoot. O'Shea is a Finch Strouder. Yeah. Yeah, he is. I mean, that shit between him and Boyce Watkins kind of funny though. I gotta give you that. People is MOT is messaging people like LAR movement saying he should be killed. Okay, why would anybody rock with a psychotic bitch like that? Why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do that? Y'all want us dead? If you want us, if niggas want me dead, my suggestion is have the balls to do it yourself. Shoot. Stop crying on it on broadcast after broadcast, and then these motherfuckers act like they're so entertained by it. Ooh, you came for blood. You chose violence. Don't choose violence. Please don't choose violence. like, like seriously. I mean, but seriously, Lord Love Smith, let me keep it 100 with you. No pun intended, but shout out to Marcus. That's up to the audience. Just like I said about Cynthia G's audience, the only way Cynthia G will go away if our audience drives her up and stop validating her. Petway boy, beef is bad for business. Yeah, it makes us look bad as black men. Shaming tactics is a tool of people that are not smart enough to articulate their points, which most likely are moot. Hmm. Let me see if I can. Did I shout? Oh, they're big dog prod. Did I shout you out, brother? Dude, what's going on? That way, boy. Yep, the Black Manosphere has definitely helped me out. Okay, see, and I'm not gonna be like Lucas, the amazing Lucas. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I know that I have my channel to worry about, and people can have their opinion on whatever I'm doing over here. But Lucas is a failure on YouTube. He probably did other. He probably has done other things successfully in his life, but he's a YouTube failure. Sorry. Yep. Jada, Kev, you said it earlier. It's okay to have a dissenting opinion. However, you either rock with the Black Manosphere or you don't. There are male snakes and comedians in this space who are saboteurs. They worried about us talking about women, talking about women, talking about women. Let me tell you something. When a younger man, I'm talking about in your real life, walks up to you for advice, what are kind of advice are they asking for 9 times out of 10? Younger men. When younger men walk up to you for advice, granted that younger men do, and I'm talking to the audience, or whoever else is listening. When younger men ask older men for advice, is around their teenage years, maybe young adult, what is the advice that they are looking for? 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Anybody can answer. I'll acknowledge it if you give me the right answer. But whether, thank you once again, my brother. I'm always going to criticize the space, but I don't hate black men. For me, it's never personal. However, I'm cold to the emotions of detractors who don't like my takes. And you should be cold to the motherfuckers. You should be cold. Well, my number keeps dipping up and down, but hey, I appreciate the viewership. Yeah, this one right here is about Lucas. Should have kept kissing white ass like he used to do. Yep, should have. So here's the answers I'm getting, like primarily. Petway Boy says women mainly. St. Nick's, women. St. Nick 69, women. Raven Knight, what's going on? Darn it, you called me out. They're looking for help. What's going on, Raven Knight? Good to see you. Kay Williams, women and money. Yeah, yeah. I mean, shoot. Yeah. So this is why there are so many young men in this space. They're looking for people who they can relate to. They're look they're searching for some kind of meaning or advice that motherfuckers in their lives did not give them or gave them very poor advice. Amazing Lucas, I'm still waiting on the amazing part to kick in. Man, you gonna be waiting. You're gonna be waiting, man. I wouldn't hold my breath. Yeah, appreciate that, Raven Knight. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. Hey, you might pass out. But yeah, you agree. I mean, I remember being a young guy, a young teenager, and approaching older guys. Hey, women this, women that. Not negative, but I need some advice here. I need some advice there. And I gotta tell you guys, most of the advice that I received was poor. It was poor. I got good advice from one person, my cousin. His name is Carlos. I got good advice from him. Everybody else pretty much sucked. I mean, I'm straight up indifferent to all criticism. Okay. Like I said, well, I agree, bro. I agree. I agree. And and although I don't always agree with you, I know we got each other's backs. So I know we got each other's backs. So this is what I'm saying when it comes to, and I think that guys like AM1 and MOT really need to consider this, although they're not, because I believe a lot of the bullshit that they say comes from bitterness. They need to they need to really consider one thing, and that one thing is heterosexuality. Yes, men are going to have women on the brain. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. No matter what. And what these young men need is some brutal honesty about it. They don't need some dismissive ass piece of shit. They don't need that. They need some brutal honesty. And that brutal honesty is, dude, these hoes ain't loyal. Work on becoming the best version of yourself and fuck everything you can. Use protection. Don't be going around here getting all these hoes pregnant. But when the right one enters your life, you will know it. So we got the only advice I got about women from older guys was the saying, hoes choose and fools lose. That doesn't sound like bad advice. The advice usually boiled down to be a simp. Yeah, I told you, like, not all the advice was good advice. Someone said the best advice when it comes to women is yes, dear. Man, all I'm trying to get men to do is don't be a fucking pushover. That's it. Don't be a fucking pushover. But the leading part, I haven't focused very much on that because I'm focusing on fuck niggas. You know what I mean? And then I designed the smoke show for those niggas to come up here and say anything they want. But the whole black men are supposed to lead. You don't want you the community doesn't want leaders. They don't want black men to be leaders. Basically because of their indoctrination of white supremacy. They want financial supporters. They want stepdads and mentors. That's what they want. They don't want leaders. And a lot of the reason why they don't want leaders because they didn't have sufficient leaders in their lives in the first place. even if their dad was in the home. Daddy was probably blue pilled as fuck. And it's not to insult your fathers. It's not to do that because I'm sure that I have a great dad. A lot of us have great dads, but a lot from what I've seen out of a lot of motherfuckers that I've interacted with, a lot of their dads are blue pilled as fuck. Ooh, don't say nothing. Just let her calm down for a minute. Now the advice is that's like if she can't respect you, broom that bitch and go get another one. Whether my dad taught me how to choose women, my mom taught me about women, aka their nature. Great advice from both parents was very much important. He also said it was my mom who saved me from thirsty situations when I was a teenager. Absolutely, man. It was my mom that told me not to date or marry a single mother. It was my aunt also said that. Don't date or marry a single mother. Shoot. I mean, elder women in your family can give good advice too. But it's the men we really look to for the leadership because guess what? If anything goes wrong in your childhood, guess who you're blaming? You're blaming the father, whether he's there or not. So anyway, let's do this. Anybody that want to come up, anybody that lurking, anybody hate watching, anybody that got smoke for Kev, bring your ass up here. Don't be a bitch. Bring your ass up here. Man, here we go. The the narwhal the narwhal fallacy. Not all women are like that. I mean, of course, but how many women you can you say that are especially let's even do this as it pertains to the space. How many women actually speak up for the brothers? I mean, we got the Crimson Cure, uh, who is probably, and you guys can disagree with this if you want to, who is probably the most genuine. That's not really grifting. But I did hear about her making this statement that there's a lot of males out there, there's a lot of men out there who would rather lit, who would rather hear it come out of a female's mouth than someone like me who can actually relate to a lot of you motherfuckers. And that's not jealousy. That's just pointing out the truth. A lot of men would rather listen to women than listen to men, not including the people watching right now, not including the people in the chat. I don't know. I don't know all of you like that, but shoot, a lot of these dudes will rather hear it come out of a bitch's mouth or themselves. Will rather hear it themselves. It come out of their mouth. Because it's like this. A lot of these dudes that say, "Oh, don't talk about Keisha. All this Keisha bashing. Y'all trying to say Keisha." Guess who they end up conversing with in the space against black men? Keisha. Some of you fuck niggas ain't fooling nobody. Not one little damn bit. Not one fucking bit. Not one. Blu-ray, what it is. I mean, as I have post George Floyd, black men have gotten a pass on their behavior. Shit. What about all the other years we didn't get a pass? And yes, that's hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. That is super fucking obvious. I'm not trying to be smug with you and call you Captain Obvious or something like that. But I'm just saying, I'm just telling you the truth. You know, plenty of dudes were, plenty of guys. They don't check them. In fact, let me show y'all this screenshot. Let me remind y'all of something. Let me remind you of something. Let me show y'all this. The thing that this Rebecca woman is saying can only be dealt with or checked by women, but who gonna check her boo? That's just I'm not into it. I'm not into repeating the muses of heavy-shouldered women on reality shows. Mutual assured destruction is not what black people should be aiming for. So, I mean, one thing you have to understand is like for us that I guess is trying to last chance the community. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. RPM. I posted females because I get tired of people trying to use crybaby shaming tactics. We're a bunch of crybabies until a chick says shit we do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. We're crying when we say this stuff, but it's for these other motherfuckers. It's like, oh my god, thank you, please, thank you for saying it finally. So, all right, so Weather and Hybrid is having an exchange down there. But what say a hybrid? Why does a woman's so-called privilege matter to you? And hybrid says, whether because they use it to destroy the family, the kids, and black men. They all they they use all the leverage with the law, family court, education, feminism to destroy so many lives, abortion included. Mm, wow, that sounds exactly like white women. Weather says, and where do you think all this hatred comes from? Who do you think that they're trying to emulate? And I'm not saying that the B Dub just has that problem. I'm saying that there's a lot of simps and a lot of these I am him niggas that have that problem as well. Barry, look, what is up? Is it just me, or does the not so amazing Lucas bear an uncanny resemblance to that low life Myron Games in that picture? Wow. Yeah, who was that said that? Yeah, I think it was BGS that said that. I think last week. Yeah, he got, him and Myron brothers. But he said that Amazing Lucas Lane should be that frat boy shit. He should have did a little setup like Fresh and Fit. Got a couple of his homies and to get stupid hoes to visit them every show. Ray Hanma, the Hanma Force. What is going on, man? What's going on? Yep. So yeah, another smoke show Sunday. What's going on? Who out there got some smoke for Kev? Who out there got some smoke for Kev? Who out there has disagreed with anything I said about anything or I've said about them? Who checks the men? Why do we keep going through this, man? Who checks the men? Other men. I mean, albeit very ineffective. Shoot, shit, hell, whether Amazing Lucas tried to call himself checking the black manosphere. What has it done for his numbers? And I'm not somebody that rags on numbers because my numbers could be a little bit better anyway. And it does, but like I said, and like I will continue to say, I put that on me. I don't blame anybody for my numbers but me. Shoot. And to sit up there and criticize my numbers is to dismiss the people who are making my numbers happen. So I'm not going to be dismissive like that. But like I said, I dropped the link. Drop the link. This is a smoke show. Dude. LOL. First of all, you both are off. You can't check no grown ass person that you don't have anything to levy against them. Yeah. And I've said this before. You have to have something tangible. You know, words ain't enough. Words will put it on their mind, but words ain't enough. You got to work towards it's like it's like yelling at a kid, and the kid probably is going to be put off at first, but if you're not punishing them, or what we used to do with us back in the day growing up, spanking us. I know some of y'all still giving your kids spankings, but the way they're trying to do these laws right now, the kid gonna have more power than the parent after a while. The way that a parent would teach a child when they were being bad is they would take something from the child. You have to be able to take something from them that is will really affect them. And that's why a lot of these guys default to legislation and changing laws. And, you know, as long as black women were calling black men bullet bags and we said nothing, it was okay. Now that black men are fighting back, they're worried about mutually assured destruction. Funny how that works. Hey, I gotta say this. It's on both genders. It's on both genders, man. If we can go to them all we want and simp and crawl on our hands and knees and and be like, "Hey, bitch, please act right." No shots at "Please Act Right" the YouTube channel. But like I said, if there's nothing to take from them, they're not gonna do it. But you also you cannot minimize their part in all of the bullshit, because I always said this: if you get pregnant without the confines of marriage, you have made a move against black male leadership. You and that dude that stuck his dick in you and decided to get you pregnant. You didn't want a leader. You didn't want your kid to have a dad. If you can't hold yourself to standard, you did not want that. And then when shit goes south, you blaming guys like me that ain't got a fucking thing to do with it. Oh shit. That's why I ain't too fond of Dr. Umar. Because see, here's the thing with Dr. Umar. He used to talk a certain way, but when that money wasn't coming in like that, he switched all the way the fuck up. He switched all the way the fuck up. You talking about a flip flopper? Y'all talk about Obsidian, a flip flopper. Dr. Umar is like one of the biggest flip floppers in social media history. Because I wish I had a copy of. I was listening to him. It was like I was listening to him back. I think it was like 2013 or something like that. 2000. Yeah, it was 2013. I heard Dr. Umar say big as fucking day. Go and get you a white woman. Take their women over. I can't I can't prove it. I can't prove it, but I will swear on a stack of Bibles he said that. Now, what is it that Dr. Umar is mad at us about? This black male leadership that he keeps talking. What is he mad at black men about? Not saving hoes like Sukiana, who twerks on 10-year-old boys, not being the man that Ebony K. Williams wanted black men to be. So she could have got married earlier before all her eggs started drying up. Saving bitches like Cynthia G, who, despite her shiny bald head and her bitterness toward black men because she didn't get the white man she wanted. We couldn't be the kind of man that Cynthia G wanted us to be, so she'll love black men. Hmm. Real funny. Because I ain't gonna lie to you guys, and it's like I used to be one of those nice guys to the point where it in it like it indirectly affected my social life. The reasons why black people call people nerds and lames is so fucking stupid. Basically, a lame by definition, by the way that certain individuals that I observe being treated and how I was treated at some points in my life, a lame is somebody who stays out of criminal activity, that doesn't have a baby mama at 16, 17 years old. That's what a lame is to these stupid ass fucking people. Mm. I'm lame because stupid bitch went down a path that I didn't give a fuck about. That's why I'm lame. I wasn't cool enough to say hoes. I didn't lead. Why aren't who cares if AA didn't benefit black men? Why aren't Hispanic men complaining about AA? I guess you mean affirmative action. My understanding for quite a few years is that affirmative action was most effective for white women because when white women were, when they lawfully considered them a minority, they started getting all the perks that affirmative action brought. Carlton Way one, the lames and nerds run the world. Go to Japan with that lame shit. Star has a PhD in do nothingology. Yeah, I mean, shit. If anyone, if anyone should be questioned about his intent, it should be Dr. Umar. How you leaders? You don't talk about black women. Ish, fuck out of here. Hybrid black men aren't attacked from all angles. No one is checking for us like that, bro. Once you leave this echo chamber, you see that. Hmm, echo chamber. I didn't think I was promoting an echo chamber, but you are allowed to have your opinion. And they say, what you call a trans beautiful is over, you're done. I don't know, man. Just indifference, I guess. But where's the smoke, man? Where's the smoke? We got all these motherfuckers. I'm gonna drop the link again. I say we got all these motherfuckers that. I mean, it's got to be somebody out there. We got all these motherfuckers that always complain, 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 bitch, 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 moan, moan, moan. Come on, it's got to be somebody out there. Shit, you're a grifter. Fuck out of here. Man said Tina knows. I'm reading some right now. Tina Knowles files for divorce from Richard Lawson. Man, I made a video 4 years ago said their marriage was gonna last long. I might make a follow up video to that video. Yeah, but there it is. We talking about Keisha and all this other shit. They rather talk about this and they rather talk about that. It's like, what the fuck y'all want this space to talk about? And for those of you out there complaining, why haven't you been a potent enough influence to get those conversations going? I keep hearing this crap. Y'all rather talk about Sukiana. Y'all rather talk about Cardi B. And I'm not the kind of person. I thought I saw Big Kev earlier. I didn't shout out Big Kev. I apologize. But you say y'all rather talk about this. Y'all rather talk about that. So if you don't like what these guys are talking about, don't fucking watch. It's that simple. Let me see. Yeah, well, I like Black Light Revelation too. Umar out here complimenting birthing people. Rather said, Kev, I consider you non-manosphere, but that's just me. But is because you're not a zealot with the talking points. I would say I'm more so manosphere fringe, which means that I may not use the same talking points, but my intent is for black men to put our foot down and take charge and control of this motherfucker. I will advocate for that. And I don't. uh, so civil rights movement. The civil rights movement started because black people were heavily being discriminated on uh, throughout the years because white people couldn't exactly get over the fact that black people didn't want to work for them for free. So, post slavery, you had Reconstruction, and then you had the black codes, and then you started to have Jim Crow. Every time, and it's a very, like, it was a violent history during slavery, and there was a violent history after slavery. Yeah, it's a lot. It's like I'm gonna start covering this type of I'm gonna start covering this type of stuff on this platform because I mean shit. It's like we got to revisit history because that's why we are where we are today. Robert Nelson, what is up, my brother? He said, Kevin, I was watching the Q Butter stream. One girl tried to blame y'all for Transformers turning on black women. Then she blamed Kevin Samuels for her boyfriend. Oh God. So it's the manosphere's fault that black See, that's what the fuck I be talking about right there. Like right there. Right there. And I bet you Q Butter let her slide with saying that dumb shit too. Because that's what Q Butter does. He's one of them old he's one of them old pro blacks. Not that I disagree with all facets of pro blackism, but the social media definition, definitely will. I definitely do have some issues with. I gotta read what Q Butter and one girl tried to blame huh? Black Transformers turning what? What you mean turning? Like what does she mean by turning? The fuck? So by her saying that, she admits that black women supported trans because in order to turn on somebody, you have to be on somebody's side at first or at some point. So I probably after I gave it a couple minutes of thought, I would probably have thanked her for admitting that. But I'm not to blame for that shit. I mean, it is, and I would have to say, like I said last night, textbook misogyny because those are men who hate women. I mean, by our definition, we wouldn't really consider them men. We'll probably consider them more males or whatever. But that ain't our fault. Shit, we never supported that shit. Heterosexual straight black men never supported that. Unless they were a liberal Democrat, then that kind of made it sus. But you know, and Brooklyn Coast TV says, does she count? The answer is no. No, the bitch doesn't count. I'm very careful what I listen to when it comes to a woman. I'm very careful about that. Well, to say, however, in a war between white women and their men, why would black men be a threat? Black people in general are just foot soldiers for the left. Hmm. Well, y'all got quite the debate going on down there. See, that's the kind of discourse I like to see. That's kind of even if we don't agree, even if we don't agree, we can have these conversations without wanting to put a knife to someone's throat or sending them messages saying that they want him to die or something like that. Shout out to LAR movement, one of the pioneers. I want him to die because he said words. She was blaming us, then said we need to fix it. Yeah, like Malika Andrews making them comments about the WNBA and how they're being oppressed, and black men need to hop on board, but they can't say anything. I was like, wow. Like one thing that I would say when you talk about people like Ebony K. Williams and Malika Andrews, which by the way, I guess we I guess we that black men weren't cool enough for Malika Andrews either, or we weren't black enough, or we weren't white enough. Therefore, she has that disposition because we weren't alpha enough to make her not that. Shoot, we don't need to fix shit. Fuck them bitches. They supported that shit. They need to fix it. That's their argument. By the way, the number one supporters of the WNBA are men. If women were watching the games, the WNBA would make a little bit more money. I tell you, we do get blamed for quite a bit of shit that we're not responsible for. And the reason that is because people don't want the accountability for themselves. What is wrong with taking accountability? It might be a short term sting, but you'll heal up. It's not like you got to kill yourself after you take accountability for something. Oh my God, I'm accountable. Oh man, somebody go get the shotgun. I got to press the delete button, which is a trigger. Like, fuck out of here. And how long until the rest of the alphabets also turn on black? Let me put it to you like this. let me put it to you like this: they never really were for black women, and it's got to take black women to realize that. Shoot, Robert Nelson says, "I'm not lying. I'm not lying. She started dating women. Then another one came up there, started calling Brittany black male worshiper. Michi started checking her. Mm, mm. Michi, oh, Michi X was up on that panel. Yeah, yeah, that Michi X is something else. Ugh, God damn. That man said, you know the funny part about that? You know the funny part about that? The WNBA is full of them. The WNBA was full of the WNBA is full of them. For real. Who was that? Damn. Who was that? I forgot her name, but let me see. Let me see if I can find her name. WNBA player complains. Yeah, first search report was complains about salary. Complains about harassment. Candace Wiggins. Candace Wiggins. Candace Wiggins. Yeah, that's what really like kind of made me start looking at Stephen A. Smith with a side eye. It was Candace Wiggins was a WNBA player that was straight, and her claims was that they were trying to the alphabet ones was trying to bully her and harass her. And Stephen A. Smith, I mean, and then even like this is why I say stuff like believe all women is bullshit, because believe all women is only when convenient. When Candace Wiggins made that complaint, of course she was blackballed. But Stephen A. Smith was like, "Oh, you just can't come out here and say stuff like that without proof. We need some proof. We need some proof." Like what? So at some points it's believe all women, but when it comes to certain issues, then it's now you need proof. Fuck out of here. Now you need proof. Brian Will, what's going on? Good morning, and whatever the part of the country you're in or the world, uh, there's some. Kay Williams said this debate is starting to be hard to read because man, I need some stats on some claims I'm seeing in here. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. You just can't come anecdotal. Do I have to start tagging motherfuckers to these broadcasts so I can get some smoke? Do I? Like I mean, putting their name in the title. Yeah, hybrid, and weather. Yeah, y'all are just disagreeing, man. So, hmm, where did he insult? You insult me instead of providing evidence, huh? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll leave that between y'all. Who said I was addressing you anyway, my guy? Oh yeah. Like I said, I like to see impassionate conversations and back and forth between black men. That shit is great. And we if we can do it, and if we can do it without you know threatening to kill each other or wishing death, I'm all for that shit. I'm all for it. Anyway, yeah, I got a little news. I'm gonna wait for it to go all the way through, but I applied for an LLC, and I named the company B&BBH. I'll say that. So once I get some more in-depth information as to what you can actually do with an LLC, then we might see some progression and some evolution around here. But I mean, what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to do things that are productive and best for myself, you know. And if I can help some black men along the way, hey, that's a plus for me. So, Black Light Revelations 2 says, believe all women is the reason for most of the race massacres in the United States. The white supremacist ones and innocent people in the hood catching bullets. Yeah, yeah, shit. Emmett Till is dead. Didn't didn't Tulsa happen because some white woman lied? Oh, I think Tulsa was. I might be wrong about Tulsa, but Black Light Revelations. Yeah, look at that. Brooklyn Coast TV. The Black Manosphere is awesome, awesome, awesome. Merlin Santana. Yeah, he's dead because a woman lied on him. So my thing is, what's wrong with telling brothers to be careful? Who they deal with as far as women, because that pussy is a very powerful thing. Very powerful. Mm. So we're an hour and a half and no smoke. So what do y'all think my problem is? Like, let's turn this up. Let's get the focus off each other and let's bring the focus on me. Why y'all believe I'm not getting any smoke? You think that do y'all believe that is because I don't believe it's because people are afraid. I don't believe they're afraid. Because it's preposterous to me how anyone can be afraid of anybody on a Wi-Fi connection. It is totally absurd. Is is it that there's people that, or maybe more people than I think, that actually respect me, and that's kind of uh I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know, trying to self validate or self gratify myself, or just, oh, they like me, they really really like me. Because, like I said, I doubt if they're scared, and saying that they respect me is kind of braggadocious. Or, um, or I really haven't been that much of an asshole. That I need to become an even greater asshole in order to get the proper smoke. Hybrid said they scared. They love talking shit from the nosebleed section. Fear has an element of respect. K. Williams, nobody really wants to change anything or have a tangible solution. No smoke outside. That's why no smoke outside. Insults take place in this space. Average black man. See, see. See what? But good to see you, bro. Marcus, what it is? What's going on? Keep it 100. He was on Dr. Tia Son Johnson uh, earlier, but they were chopping it up. And Nika was hungry. So I'm late to the party. I mean, that's cool. That's cool, bro. Yep, Tulsa happened because some white estrogenite lied on him coming out of an elevator. Kev, you're objective. Phil Brad, am I late? I mean, you're never late when I keep the broadcast up. Remember, Phil Brad, what's going on? Thank you for coming. Thank you for becoming my latest member. God damn. Yeah, I don't know if it's like that. If I can't get any smoke, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't continue to. Maybe I shouldn't continue the smoke show. Mm. Says you, Black Ram, and a few others are not bomb throwers or grifters. Mm. I mean, a grifter. I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. If I could make money off this YouTube channel, I'd be doing YouTube a lot more. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. But I would like to be able to come from a genuine place when that happens. Um, you said no, you're actually married like Sly, and there's a level of balance to you like the Manosphere never studied the Casey Crew channel. Uh, I honestly think it's because you are too diplomatic, Kev. No offense. That's actually a compliment, but I think that's the reason too. Too diplomatic. Mm, all right. All right. I don't like for real. I don't think I'm gonna cancel the smoke show. I just don't. Let's see. Yeah, and just for context, when he says diplomatic, let me read you the definition: of or concerning the profession, activity, or skill of managing international. Oh, that's not it. Uh, okay. What? This is more close. What does it mean if someone is diplomatic? Someone who is diplomatic is careful to say or do things without offending people. Hmm. I'm not offensive enough. Damn. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm not offensive enough. I, I, I actually come up to YouTube acting like a rational human being. It is hard to have smoke with someone who is diplomatic because then if you have smoke, they will make themselves look bad. It's a win lose. Mm, yeah. Ain't no real money advocating for black men. Mm, yeah, because that case, that means that you have to come from an extremely genuine place, I would say. You have to come to you have to come from an extremely genuine place in order to actually come off as an advocate for black men. So I really appreciate that sentiment, and unlike unlike what AM1's bitch ass said earlier, I'm not here to grift. I don't appreciate that fucking shit at all. Lord Lovesmith says, keep the smoke show going. Okay, awesome. Mm. Some people don't deserve diplomacy. Lord Lovesmith, hey, Marcus is cool, man. He's cool. He says, advocating for black men is a hazardous occupation. And you achieve what Bernard failed to do. Be objective without clearly benefiting from the fuckery. Your objectivity is real. Robert Nelson. Well, I meant to say you don't come from a place of pain and insecurities. Like, wow. Look, yeah, like BGS, Edward Anderson, Angry Man, Obsidian. They are stuck in their pain. Uh, oh, I'm cool with those guys. I mean, Angry Man, I would say that he, me and him, Angry Man or Obsidian for that matter. So BGS and Edward Anderson, they've been over here several times, and they haven't ever been shitty to me. So, but I'm not everyone. So, but Weather, thanks for the super chat, bro. You've been very supportive of the channel. I really appreciate that. That's why I say I got your back, buddy. Yeah, I got hybrids back too. So, you and hybrid back and forth and disagree all y'all want. Yeah. The man said Saint Nick said, or who or be she who must not be named. LOL. I would say this, man. I've experienced um, I've experienced pain, hurt, uh, just like anyone else. And anyone else that tells you that they've never been hurt is a fucking lie. But it's like no one ever cut me any breaks. No one ever pacified me. No one ever came to me, gave me a hug, and said, "Poor baby, you gonna be okay." I had to deal with it head on. Hell, I'm a former cancer patient. I had cancer when I was 15. And I think that's where a lot of that shit comes from, is like the fact that I kind of do value human life, because it's like this, we all have reasons to complain, but until you see like I used to go to a camp for kids with cancer. So that was a very emotional time for me, because once you see a 6-year-old kid 1 year, like adorable, nicest kid in the world, and then you go back to camp that next summer and you find out that 6-year-old kid passed away, it gives you an appreciation for life. It really does. It says, hey, you know what? I ain't got time to bullshit. Dude, I've dealt with survivor's guilt. Like I've dealt with survivor's guilt. Seriously. It was 4 children that had the same cancer I had. Well, four including me. Two of them didn't make it. Two of them didn't make it. That was a very trying time for me. It really was. Very trying. So although that was a very heavily emotional time period in my life, it really, really built up my character way past. what it probably would have been if I didn't go through that. If I didn't go through that, that's why I don't have a lot of the disposition that many others have, especially in this space adjacent, and the outside the space where all the haters are at, or inside the space where some of the haters are. My thing is, why are we doing shit like threatening to kill each other, or sitting up here calling motherfuckers names all the goddamn time? And I said to quite a few fuck niggas, but if you cross me, that's gonna happen. If you don't cross me, it won't happen. But that experience also made me have zero tolerance for bullshit. Zero fucking tolerance. Now all of you are here. I don't know if I would share you. I would share this broadcast was shared by a content creator. Um, BGS does usually share my smoke shows. So if you are here because of BGS, uh, said that I appreciate you being here. But my one wish is that in I'm not playing when I say this. You know, I gotta make sure that people are here for me. They're here to listen to me talk. They're here to see me. I gotta make sure. And I don't consider myself like the bullshitter earlier, implying that I'm leaning on other content creators to help my numbers, because obviously they don't watch these broadcasts. They obviously don't. But if that is like if that's the case, I definitely would believe that it's something that I have to fix. Shoot. And I mean, like I said, I'm grateful and I'm gracious that anyone is willing to help me. Like, but it is what it is. So, watch these BANs who criticize the space with the skills and resources argument. And I told him one, and I keep telling them, and I'm tired of telling these dudes, ain't nothing wrong with talking about skills and resources. But let's be brutally honest, you can't be a boring ass nigga doing that shit. If you're really trying to, I mean, cause see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, people keep talking about, oh, entertainment, entertainment. These niggas want to be entertaining. They want to be entertained. Blah blah blah. Entertainment, entertainment. You gotta be. This is YouTube. Unless you're looking for a specific instruction manual, like I did when like I do when I need to fix things around the house, or I got some type of test to study for or whatever, to look for very valuable information, is all over YouTube. But for our area, we got to be informative and charismatic. Okay, okay, okay. If we want to be informative, we got to be somewhat charismatic about it. Charisma, personality, not dragging people to shit, to or sleep when they're listening to you. It's not my fault that some content creators can't capture that. Sorry. But Lord Love Smith, you have an incredible point. I mean, is nothing wrong with talking about skills and resources, and giving other black men advice on how to become the best versions of themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to be somewhat charismatic, because let me quote Transformer off Transformers the movie. In 1986, no one will follow an uncharismatic bore. I just quoted a cartoon movie. Yes, I did. No one will follow an uncharismatic bore. I guess dudes clearly listen to shit they hear about people instead of the people being spoken of. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ray Hummer, the Hummer Force, not BGS and Edward Anderson. They're real dudes, man. I don't respect the lives of those who don't respect life. That dude is threatening to kill someone because he wants to bait the other dude into some federal charges. Hmm. If you live in here in the states, you should be pissed off at times. Who was that old actor that said that if you he's quoted in saying if you are a black man and you're not angry about this, you are a goddamn fool. Now he probably didn't say it verbatim, but this it's the, I captured the idea. If you're a black man and you're not somewhat pissed off about this shit, you're a goddamn fool. Lexit the community. What's going on? He said things got messy in this space when people started doxing other people and looking up their personal information. No turning back after that. It's a permanent war. It is what it is. It's just my recommendation, and Rogish said the same thing. Dox me if you want to. Weather, says Ray. No one is afraid of tough talk from a geriatric and some angry beige call a ride driver. Man, some dudes are cult members in this piece. Thank you for the super chat. You said if you can't be entertaining, be interested. God damn it. That's why they hate me. I'm charismatic as fuck. Yeah, you gotta have some charisma. I don't care if you. I don't care if you got a surefire two-step way to get $1 million. Oh, let me stop lying. People watch that. I want to know how to get a. Now I want to know a two-step way to how to get $1 million too. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're not somewhat charismatic and doing that shit, don't get angry and start bitching. Oh, all these niggas do. All these niggas do is this. All these niggas do is that. No, the fuck we don't. Because after I get off this broadcast, I'm going to sleep. Sleep. You know what sleep is? Something that I do. I drink water sometimes. In fact, I got a bottle of water over there right now. I'm quite parched. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh my god, damn! Some of this water's already gone. I guess I better blame Keisha because this bottle of water can't last forever. These dudes are dumb as fuck. Say you did. You got the touch. You got the power. Son is hot raw. What's going on? Yeah, in 1986, I was 9 years old. Well, yeah. I mean, I turned 10 that year, but one of the first theater movies that I recollect seeing, well, actually, the first movie ever that I went to see, because my parents said as a baby we went and saw Star Wars, and there was no way I remember that shit. But The first movie ever I remember going to was Transformers the movie. Yeah, man. I'm 46. My birthday is about to be next month. James Baldwin said that. Oh, okay. James Baldwin said that. Someone who was alphabet, but he put black way high on the list. And it's a goddamn shame that I mean, it's a great thing that his autobiography is being made, into a movie, but it's a goddamn shame they chose Billy Porter for that shit. Hell no, Billy Porter should not be playing James Baldwin. Hell no. Big Big Dog Pro said all getting skills and resources is just an offshoot of being productive, which nobody in the space is against, and no one is telling anyone to be a lazy ass couch nigga. Nobody. Nobody. Shoot. Here's the thing. I can sit up there and talk about, oh, you better get this and you better get that all day. But see, my age demographic in this, as far as let me read this to you. My age demographic, as far as who listens to this channel, well, I gained 2 subs, so whoever just subbed, thank you. Let me look at the analytics because I'm looking at audience. Let me see the age demographic. Okay, it starts at 25 to 34, which is 16.7%. 35 to 44, 43.6%. 45 to 54, 26.6%. 55 to 64, 9.1%. 65 plus, 3.9%. So from 25 on up, okay, say like for the 25 to 30 age demographic, yeah. But what I'm saying is by those numbers and those percentages, most of you already have it figured out. Most of you do. Brother said I wasn't around in '86. All right, youngin. All right, youngin. Galvatron, Smoke, Starscream, and Optimus Prime. He did not. Wait a minute. As Megatron, yeah, he shot the fuck out of Optimus Prime, and that was because of Hot Rod's dumbass. No, you don't, Megatron. Like what? Because Prime, because let me tell you something. If Optimus Prime and Transformers the movie was anything like Optimus Prime in the recent films, Transformers the movie would probably have been 30 minutes. Because Optimus Prime in the live action films does not play that shit at all. He dispatches motherfuckers. If you get in a fight with Optimus Prime, it is to the death, and Optimus Prime is usually the one standing. But no, in the cartoon movie, they killed him. And yeah, they like that movie right there, man. They made that movie to introduce the new line of Transformers. But that's another conversation. Carlton Way One says doxing is dangerous because the person you have beef with may not show up to your on your doorstep, but likely be one of their supporters and said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all some old niggas. Yeah, yeah, man. And it's really a shame that we look at the guys that's over 35 as old because that's another thing. We don't respect our older ones, our older people. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, whether all I'm saying is that there is a huge lack of respect for the older generation. And one or two of those reasons might come from a legitimate place, but many of those reasons come from a place of disrespect. You know, so Lexi the Communitas says people didn't dox Derek Jackson because they agreed with him, but people stayed doxing Tommy Sotomayor because they disagreed and then hated him. But they loved Derek Jackson. And Derek Jackson was one of the biggest bullshitters. And a lot of people's like, oh, they hating on Derek Jackson because this, and that. No, it's because we see through the bullshit. Derek Jackson was a grifter. Ace Metaphor is a grifter. Shoot, those are grifters. You know, not that I'm very pissed off that money is ending up in a black man's hand, but it is what it is. Yeah, and every time Tommy get a channel on YouTube, motherfuckers flagging it down. There was a dude on Facebook that admitted that he flags Tommy's channels every time he comes back up. Oh, I said, so you one of them flagging ass bitches. You believe in flagging folks instead of debunking the information. You're a crybaby ass nigga. That's what I consider you. You gotta flag somebody down. St. Nick 69 says James Baldwin was black first, gay second. That facts. Lord Love Smith. Oh, look, another youngin. Yeah, okay, great. Also, like, I mean, I don't have any kind of disrespectful, for young people. Like, mm, the rest of the kids were crying while Optimus Prime's eyes went black. I was happy. I knew then what I was supposed to do in this world. Villainy. Boy. Uh, Yeah, the Transformer GI Joe crossover will be released in 2026 due to current delays. Yeah, because Hollywood writers and actors, the Screen Actors Guilds, and the writers are on strike because like all of the top dogs are taking all the money. And if this becomes the fall of Hollywood, then I don't think that I will mind it that much. I mean, shit, look at what they've been doing to the image of the black man. Every time you see some new black role or something like that, dude is either weak as fuck or gay or a complete and total simp. So burn Hollywood, burn. But I would love to see a live action GI Joe Transformers crossover. I think what they're trying to do with that is they're trying to reintroduce GI Joe into the continuity because them two GI Joe movies they made. The first movie I knew wasn't going any fucking where, and the second movie was about the same way. I mean, even though they had The Rock as roadblock, I mean, I don't think that he really added anything to the franchise. Old head is a derogatory term. Uh, um, doxing is a form of indirect doxing because it's only done to people they want to remain silent about something for which they are passionately against. Yeah, yeah. There is a YouTube channel right now with a channel who admitted to ordering a bunch of pizzas and having them sent over to Tommy Sotomayor's house. I'd have turned the motherfuckers away. Man said I thought Rodimus made a better leader, but he didn't want to be leader. Rodimus had a dark side. Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like, yeah, I thought Rodimus Prime was cool too, but like, it was always something like, damn, that motherfucker got out of his prime killed. Lord Lovesmith says Tommy can't keep a channel on YouTube, but No Edges CNG still has a channel. You know why? Because black men don't report like that. They don't report women like that. They don't flag women like that. but them hoes will flag us down like that. Thus the destruction of Manosphere 1.0. But I'll be careful to comment on that history, but because Kev, our generation are goats. We are the only people left who experience the world without cell phones and internet, yet we work cell phones and internet better than these young people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Kev, for an abuser. Shit sucked. Issues. This generation should be proud of color tip dreadlocks and skinny jeans. Shit. That was not indirect doxing. We need to start playing dirty too. Mm. Maybe that's where the diplomatic part comes in for me. I don't go around flagging people. I don't go around doxing folks. I don't, because I believe in the solutions that are done in. I believe in the solutions that are done in secret. I don't show my hand. We'll just say that. 'Cause then Ray Hummer said, these dudes, these dudes slick kiss Cynthia G's ass. That's why. Yeah, they do. Dude, let me tell you something. A lot of people that are the first line of defense for people like saying G are brothers. Kay Williams says, because YouTube is a business and women spending money on nonsense per usual. So of course they never get flagged. And Black Light Revelation said there was a G.I. Joe crossover with Transformers on the cartoon called Only Human, where Cobra Commander turned. Yeah, I remember that episode because at the end of man, let me tell you something, man. I thought this was so funny at the end of that episode. And it was so basic, but it was so funny. Cause Cobra Commander started talking that shit. He never really said that he was Cobra Commander, but you recognize the voice. But at the end, he was like Cobra, start coughing. Oh shit! And then he said Rodimus was kind of a crybaby at times. LOL. Yeah, that episode called "The Ultimate Weapon," where he kept second guessing himself, and Galvatron kept threatening him with this ultimate weapon. And I thought that the ending of the episode was kind of stupid because as technologically advanced as the Transformers were, like, like he should have had an ultimate weapon. It's like you just fucking with him. Just, you just fucking with him, like Jesus. Rodimus is a good leader, but his guilt for the death of Optimus oftentimes led him to question his leadership qualities. You know what they call that? Good storytelling. Okay, guys. Okay. So it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. I don't know how long. I don't know how much longer y'all can endure my voice, but yeah, man. But you know, maybe you guys are right. Maybe I am a little bit too diplomatic, a little bit too nice. I would say a little bit too considerate of others. That's why I only get like one dislike sometimes. I got 53 likes, no dislike, which means that somebody's gonna be sneaky and press dislike. Uh, right after I get off the air, like they did last night. Yeah. See if I missed anything. No, 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 no. One, two, three. Okay. Yeah. been 2 hours. Nobody came up to give me smoke. Rob probably gave me the right answer. Marcus probably gave me the right answer too. Just me. I'm too level headed. And you know what? I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of being level headed. Gas Rain said drop the link. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm. Cobra. Oh boy. Mm. All right. You said he was called Old Snake. Yeah. Would you get? I mean, the voice more than anything. The voice more
Mm.
than anything was so distinct that it gave it away. It's the Old Snake. What's going on, Chaos Rain?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Question. You said there was a scene on Transformers with GI Joe that linked up in the comic books or on TV show.
There was a slight crossover in the original cartoon. They had a few comic book series that they crossed over in, and they're about to do a GI Joe Transformer crossover film in that will be released in 2026, which
Yeah.
has been delayed because the Screen Actors Guild and the writers went on strike.
Okay.
So you know,
Yeah. I did not know that. When I saw the end of it and I saw the card GI Joe, I said, "Wait." So I went and Google and said, "Wait, these guys, these different how you say cartoons are in the same universe."
mm.
Didn't
Hey
know that.
Ray Hunt. Hey Ray, it's all good, man. You can go ahead and hit the link. I mean, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah. So they're in the same universe, so it makes sense that they make a crossover like certain movies. Like they've been watching a lot of these movies that's been crossover, like the Marvel movies. Linked up. DC did it, and I can't name other movies, but the crossover does do numbers. I think with these so-called cartoon toy movies, they'll probably do more numbers if they cross up. But I was wondering, the Barbie movie that just released last week, the brand Mattel, aren't they the ones that make the toys for Transformers too? Mattel.
That was Hasbro.
That's okay. All right. I get confused. I'm noticing a lot of, well, it's actually cartoon mostly, but these toys now are starting to come out in films now in this recent decade. There was some probably in the past decade or two, but I know there's a few of them start to be releasing more of these so-called toys, famous toys as movies. You know,
Mm.
um, and I might do a stream solely on this Barbie movie personally, Kev.
Oh, what
I
movie?
I I think I know some things that was very telling, like really telling.
What movie was this?
The Barbie
Barbie. You
that
went
is
and saw it?
yeah, I went and saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I would go see it, but I just.
No, I mean if you have a daughter, you could. But my thing is, I did not know it was rated PG-13.
Mm,
So it tells you it's not no like kiddie movie.
yeah.
It's actually a teenage slash little slightly adult movie. Surprisingly, so.
Yeah.
But I get my own insight when I do make the broadcasts. But yeah, man, a lot of movies are crossing over, man. A lot of famous cartoon movies crossing over. So I could see the Transformers and GI Joe head on battle one on one. You know,
Yeah. It'd probably be the
and
good guys versus the bad guys. But
yeah,
let me read this from old Blacklight Revelations. He said one last thing about Transformer movie. Every kid felt validated when Spike said, "Oh shit." Yeah, I remember back then when they did the home release on videotape, they censored the all shit out. But then, like when they started releasing all the anniversary editions, they put it back in. But yeah, that's true. Because when I heard it, I was like, "Ooh, they cussing Transformers." What? You know? And then when Ultra Magnus said, "Open, damn it, open." And then years later, when you start watching anime cartoons, they've been cussing the whole time. It's like we were getting what the Japanese kids were getting.
No, we were not getting like what Japanese get. They getting the fuck shit.
I'm glad
Words.
Jazz and Blaster survived. I was scared the black guys were gonna die. LOL. Yeah, Jazz survived, and Blaster had to survive. He had shit. He became Soundwave's he was already Soundwave's direct rival, but when he started doing, man, I was crunk when I saw him eject them tapes and they started fighting each other. Like when the little I guess it was rewind to eject. When he shot Ravage in the face, man, that shit was funny as shit. I said, look at these little motherfuckers fighting, man. But I stood up. I was like, yeah, Jazz finally got some tapes because when I first saw not Jazz Blaster, I said when I first saw Blaster, I was like, he's a radio. He should have tapes just like Soundwave. And then when that movie came out, I was like, yes. Okay. Let's see. It's yeah, I heard Barbie was laced with a lot of anti-man hate. Yeah, and that's why these movies and that's why Hollywood is garbage because they doing all this little woke shit. And I mean, in RPM, man, you saw that comment I made on comicbook.com. Like, people started getting mad because I said that shit. I'm like, stop. Every time, just because somebody says they don't like a female centric movie, that does not make them an incel. People they getting way too used to that word incel. Everything is an incel now. If you don't like woke shit, you're an incel. If you hate the fact that Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa did not get recast for Black Panther 2, you're an incel. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's shit. And then every time somebody says that shit, they got one of them rainbow profile pictures. Or they're like a staunch blue haired weirdo feminist. I'm like, damn, I don't have to like every fucking thing that stars a battle axe bitch. I don't. You know? Shoot. The man said I was there to lead my own, but I saw how they attacked you. Man, don't even waste time with these fuckers. It's like I was I mean, I could have been there all day with their asses, but one thing that I do understand is it wasn't gonna do anything to change their opinion. It wasn't gonna do anything at all. Marcus Romero Production says, "Yep, these new age people are weird. Uh, is always a female or a simp. Yep." And Brooklyn Coast TV says, "Say less." Uh, yeah. So I mean, when people are that triggered, it's something that obviously they got touched on the M side. The man said, "Damn, grifting is real, real."
Yeah,
You must be at another point in the broadcast. But what
yeah,
up, Ray? What
yeah.
up,
Can you
Ray?
hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. What up,
Okay,
Ray?
yeah. I was trying working with my mic, man, for a minute. Oh man, yeah. So, what's up, bro? So these this writer strike. So that's all the writers in Hollywood basically that
Yeah.
deals with all the major movies and
Mm.
shows.
Yeah, and I mean, shit. There are some good writers out there, but I mean, it's some crappy ass writing too. Shit, shit. Because when I heard the
Yeah,
writers went on strike, I was like, good, maybe they'll get some more writers. And
oh,
then
yeah.
the way they started talking about, oh, we're gonna start getting AI to write these films. Yep, it's
I'm like, how? How?
man. I say shit, AI might do better than some of these.
Hey, I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised. Man, hell, go on strike. Who gives a damn? Hell, y'all keep writing this feminist bullshit anyway. So, I mean, it ain't like when y'all get in there, y'all gonna write something that represents man. You know what I mean?
uh,
But I'm with you on what you said though. Like the a female, who has the lead role in the movie.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're
it's
right.
here's what I'll say though about that. There's nothing wrong with a female lead. I've watched a few good films with female leads. One of the films would be Aliens, but when you do it like when you do it just to prove a point instead of actually writing something quality, then that's when motherfuckers are gonna start saying stuff like this bullshit is woke.
Yeah,
you know?
because they do it to to the detriment of man. The image of the man.
hmm
Having some chick who's not even 100 damn pounds beating up guys who are like 2, 3, 400 pounds.
Let me tell you something. The Walking Dead was one of my favorite shows. Then a series of things happened, and then I just really just stopped watching it. And have you ever watched The Walking Dead?
Bro, yeah, I seen an episode and I just couldn't gravitate to it, man. It's just like it put me to sleep. I have more excitement watching Star Trek.
Yeah, I heard Star Trek was kind of like a lot of like Discovery. I heard Discovery was like real kind of really feminist, and Picard. They
Oh, now
did.
you about to make me go hate watch because I was trying to wait till I was done with Star Trek: The Next Generation, and in that the way that started out, yeah, it was kind of like some feminist shit in there too. Well, kind of, but yeah,
Yeah,
strong. That one
yeah,
episode where it was like the planet was ruled by women and they had dudes all around like guards and all that shit, like their servants wearing dresses and skirts and shit. And
yeah. But the point, because I see Buddha 21 down there. What's going on? He said The Walking Dead was good, then it fell off. It fell off when it got woke. Let me tell you, like after Rick left the show, it kind of went a little south after that. Um, the one thing that really started to get to me a little bit about the show, and I mean, not get to me like it bother me. I'm just like started to make me say this shit is stupid. It was something that you mentioned, Ray, like women that were 100, 150 pounds beating up. I mean, with fist beating up dudes 3 times and 4 times their size.
yeah, that and the element of the zombies too. Like, I'm like,
And,
come on, why
and
did
it's
y'all put
like
1996 zombies in here?
oh, the zombies, man, like the survivors wouldn't have got nowhere if they had like the Dawn of the Dead zombies, the motherfuckers that'll run.
Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead or 28 days later, 28 weeks later. That one,
Or even Zombieland. Them zombies was just like, and you gotta understand, the motherfuckers don't run out of breath.
and
They're
that's what
dead.
you dumbass writers and creators should have realized that would have caused like for the situation with the people, and their little tribalism, whatever that they had going on, from what I did see of the show, that would have like heightened that up. I mean, you would believe,
hmm
that would like heighten the situation up and get them all like, yeah, just have their minds all rattled and stuff, and then seeing what they would do in those situations. I don't think it would be I think it would be way worse than what I've seen, with them fighting each other and shit.
Mm. This Black Light Revelations 2 said Chat GPT would be a better president. And I was like, yeah, yeah, that's a damn shame. And this is who they're trying to get back in the White House. They're trying to prop up Joe Biden to go for a second presidential run. And then like next
Oh hell no.
man, next year is going to be fucking hilarious when it comes to the presidential race. It's gonna be hilarious. And the reason why I say it's gonna be hilarious because it seems like in November, either way, all of us are fucked. Because it's like you could have the first president ever to be convicted and go to prison to become president. Because Trump is still talking about running again. And then I don't think anyone's really gonna buy into DeSantis like that. But I mean, wow. It's like we're up shit creek as far as a president. But then I start to think it's like how did I feel and how did my life move the needle with each president? Like, how did you like did it feel different? Did it feel better when Obama was in office than it was with Trump in office? Because I ain't gonna lie, man, when Trump won the election, I was sick because I really thought that everything was just gonna go to shit and it was gonna go to an apocalyptic environment. I mean, it was just all of that shit. Like, and nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Hey, now that's some smoke show you can have a debate with people because there's some people who debate you like ready to go to war with you and say, "Oh no, Trump was better for us than Obama." I hear that shit.
Man, but that's another discussion. That's one of those conversations people want us to start having is politics. Oh, talk about politics.
Oh no, no.
I'm like, I'm like, shit. What? So we talk about how fucked up these motherfuckers are. Shit. Like, like,
I can't get on the politics train like that because I'm not that knee deep into it. So
like. Well, no, my thing is like my thing is like everybody's like use your right to vote. People die for this and all this other stuff and the history and I respect all of that. I respect all of that. I respect that there were people that made sacrifices so black people can go to the voting booth. But but the thing is they bastardize it today because if you go vote, you gotta vote for who people want you to vote for. Like if you're black, you gotta vote Democrat. And then you could be like, well, but it was. I thought it was because I thought I was voting because people died for it. And I remember this one video. I remember this one video came on one of these political like I think it was like Now This on Facebook. They showed a video of a mother getting mad at her son because he voted independent. He didn't vote for either the Democrat or Republican. His mother and his sister started screaming at him because they was like, "You vote independent? That's a vote for Trump. That's a vote for Trump." And then the son got mad and said, "Stop worshiping these damn politicians." I mean,
yeah, he damn right. Yeah, stop worshiping these motherfuckers.
stop
They worship
worshiping.
the politicians and they hate the Bible. Ain't that a bitch?
The man said Trump was better for us policy wise. Man, I saw a post tonight. One of my Facebook friends was like, that picture of Trump, and he had all them black folks around him, and they were praying. Remember that? Like the girl that posted it, like, oh, I just can't believe it. These coons. Oh my god. And then like I was gonna leave a comment. I was like, why don't you go ask them why they're there? But just these people are just they're so fixated on this shit. It's ridiculous. It's like because I left a comment on one of her posts before, and I was like, you really think that the Democrats are better? Who then some old punk ass dude, what you standing up for Trump for? Huh? I was like, I'm not standing up for Trump, but at the same time, who had more black people in the White House, Trump or Biden? Man, they couldn't stand that shit. And then like I had an older guy. I was like, he was like Trump run. And the older guy was telling me, older black folks, I have all the respect for them in the world, but they're gonna vote Democrat no matter what. Vote blue no matter who. They one of them folks. Um, he had said that Trump pays all of those people because he runs things like a mafia. He runs it like a mob because his dad Fred Trump was a mob boss. So what he did was he paid all those people to go to the White House just for optics. And my argument against that is the black people aren't even the second voting block anymore. Yeah, I think it's whites, then Latinos, and then blacks, and then everybody else. Um, we're not even the second biggest voting block anymore. So although we are using our votes, we're basically voting on principle right now because what realistic impact can we actually have with being a very small percentage of the population and a small percentage of the voting bloc. You know, but anyway, um, he said Saint Nick's 69 said, as much as I didn't care for Trump, I got to admit his presidency didn't hurt me at all. Like everybody was acting like it was gonna be fire and brimstone. It was gonna be the reinstitution of slavery. It's like all of that stuff. Like, oh my God, racism is here again. I'm like, what? Racism never left.
Right? That's one thing I know. Shit.
Racism is here again. Like, what did Obama do besides make you feel good and give you a bunch of family picks? Predict who's gonna win March Madness in the Final Four. Eat dinner with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, he did Am I My Brother's Keeper, but that was gutted by politicians that were in favor of women. Because every time you do something for the boys, it's always this "what about us" shit. It's like, so. I mean, I need to get more in tune with that kind of info before I just start throwing random shit out. So please forgive me for those who are listening. But let's see, Marcus Romero Production said, I read a book called Color Communism and Common Sense that talked about how the Democratic Party used communism to get the black vote. God damn. That sounds like a good read. So they use communism. That's an interesting spin. I would like to know. Yeah, I would like to know what point was being made there. But he said color communism and common sense. That last part ain't that common.
Yeah, chaos is more savvy in the political realm than me.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I know.
yeah. Chaos Reign is very well read. So
Yeah,
Brooklyn Coastal TV said they need to bring back the manufacturing to this company. Yeah, because like that's what they did. A lot of companies outsourced, and what it did, it got rid of generational employment. A lot of these cities that are in the shitter right now is in the shitter because they had factories, they had industry in those cities, and what it did was it produced a stable economy. But when they outsource the jobs to other countries because they were trying to bring more money to their bottom line into their pockets, and they didn't have to if they had the factories and the industry in the United States, you have to actually treat your employees like they're fucking human. But they outsourced the jobs. They gave the people like almost slave like working conditions. All of the health codes and the safety codes were not up to par, or not at least to the standard that the US provides, and they pay them a super low fucking wage, you know. And then they put their money in foreign banks, meaning that they're siphoning money out of the US economy. But these are people, and these are the politicians who who condone that shit, you know, claim that they love this country so much. No, you don't. No, you don't. Said to this country, bring back the plants, the car plants. It really hurt me. I don't want to deliver food. All I ever wanted to do was work on cars. Oh,
Yeah, they have introduced that slave labor shit.
yeah. And if you notice, the price of goods didn't go down. Yeah, it's like, why would they? Why would they? When they outsourced the jobs, I mean, they did it to bring more money to their bottom line. And look at this, Judge Dre. Judge Dre is in the building. What is up, man? What's up, Judge Dre?
What's going on, folks?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a little late to the party, but I spent here two. I spent 2 hours here monologuing and still no smoke.
And on that tip, man, real quick about that, the slave labor tip. Did you know, man? There's like a couple of warehouses that I know of where it's as reported that the company they'll trip on their workers if they're using the restroom like in their normal time frame, a normal setting. Not sitting in there, and bullshitting and trying to dodge work, but just using it, in the normal in their normal sense, and they'll trip, and some have gotten fired because of it,
Yeah.
because they didn't take because they didn't what just use like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, and they wasn't back, and then they'll fire them. So that's really some bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Buddha 21 said them days of the past, manufacturing dead.
Mhm.
Yeah, even if they were to bring back manufacturing, they'll do it through automation.
Well,
They'll get some machines to do it instead of hiring people.
mhm.
I mean, they're trying to automate McDonald's now because people are asking for $15 an hour.
Oh, McDonald's is gonna be automated. Trust me, they already have the things set in place.
It's like, well, maybe
Okay.
maybe they'll get their maybe they'll get my burger correct. That's gonna fall on its head, and let me tell you why. Because you need humans to check the quality of food.
Well,
Unless
one of
they
the
got
things
some.
I've noticed.
Mm, Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I'll take your time. No, go ahead. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that might be a delay, but I think that what people mostly need to do is you have to really kind of be more nimble, as I'll say, and you have to maybe think on a swivel. Like, just give an example. The last couple of weeks, have you noticed you hardly ever see me online? I've told myself I'm doing a 3 year hard stuff, hard. I'm gonna put in about 7 hours a week for the next 3 years, working on what I call my retirement plan. I said, if you notice, like, I was always a one man show. The time you notice, like you say, I'm probably one of the hardest working people that you see on YouTube, because you always see that I'm damn near always at work. So I took out some other business adventures to make out and make it seem like, hey, I want to get these clients hot. Once I've gotten in the door and networking, I'll do whatever I take to meet these people. So I've taken on, like, I started up another like landscaping business. I don't want to work outside. I don't want to, but like literally a landscaping business taking off to where, and the landscaping business was just to get me in the door and then meeting these clients. And I took on these, jobs where I'm ready to pawn the landscaping business that I have off to somebody else because I don't want to do it anymore. But my goal was just to meet the contractor so I can get in and take their, insider business contract. So I recommend a lot of people now to say, look what's going on in your area, and then even expand into areas that you are not comfortable with, or even if you may have a business that ain't gonna make no profit for a couple months. Like, my landscaping business ain't made no profit, none at all. It's brought money in because, remember, I'm not a landscaper, so I don't have no landscaper tools, none of that shit. But the landscape business gave me the connections, which made my home repair business make $3,000 more that month. So I would recommend for men in this area to think about other things. If you have to go into certain markets that you don't want to do, or hey, this is going to be a lot of time, energy, and wasted effort here, go that direction, just so you can get your foot in the door and get used to the people meeting you. And I mean, a lot of times we don't have the float cash, because I tell people all the time, you need that line of credit. So if you guys can, use a credit card or whatever to just, as I call it, you need that the distance between when you spent the money to when the money comes back in. Because like in my area, they got a lot of out-of-state investors. So my goal was to meet them. So look what's going on here. I recommend that any black male intelligent right now, look what's going on in your area, even if you're not, like, I heard one guy dudes out there saying he's delivering food. Also, I used to do that for a while too. I do admit it got really bad. Like, literally, I was doing the food thing where it was more economical for me to deliver food than it was for me to work on houses, because it was nice said, hey, I was clearing $600 a day in Cleveland, which is really good. And, you know, I didn't have to get dirty. I like that. It was nice to put on some nice clothes for a while. Cause I remember people say, wow, Dre, we never even seen you with decent clothes on. And I almost forgot that word. But then, of course, that was, you know, only a short amount of time. You have to adapt now, actually, because you already see that most of the time, if you ain't got it, they're just going to say, hey, why you don't got it? They don't care, you know? Like I met a chick that I was talking to. We've been talking for about a month and a half, but she got mad at me because I spend too much time at work. I told her I'm on a 3-year plan, and just getting laid is not enough to just break that, you know? That's what I recommend.
You're on your mission, so she can't be mad. If she get mad, she's dismissed.
But think about this. She lives a little bit. She lives about 20-something miles away, and my car ain't been in the best of shape where I would trust to put it on the highway. So I try to. The beautiful thing is, like I've been expanding my business, and all of my houses are within 3 miles from my house, which is, like before. 3 miles, I got like 6 to 3 miles from there, and now I've gotten to investors. I've only met them over the phone, but it's like, oh yeah, we just got. I was talking with the other people, and I'm working for them too. And I have these people I never met, and I'm not these guys because I'm not gonna lie. I kind of sold them from somebody else, but I kept making my. Every time I saw the dude in 20 properties, kept holding a conversation with him, talking, hey man, let's go throw me a bone, this, that, and the other. I got in, then it's like, boom, I was taking over. And he's like, well, we got some more, but we don't know contractors. I'm like, I'll do that. And I'm okay, fine. I'll take the landscaping in the house. Then it got to the point where, okay, well, now they're looking, well, my got a couple Airbnbs. We don't need to clean out, do you? I do that too. I start to clean the company up. I ain't doing all this because I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna partner clean the company off after it gets after it pick up a little more to my dude, because he's an immaculate cleaner. Like I've had him come feed him back me on jobs, and because your house you want to eat off the toilet. Okay. I ain't never seen a dude clean like this, but he's the cleaning hotels. And he makes it immaculate. You have to clean the top of the fan blades, all. Like literally. I'm like, I wouldn't never even thought to look there for dirt. So I think that a lot of people right now, you just have to really adapt and try to do whatever you can right now to. There's new market coming up, and what you need to do is just keep your head on a swivel, and you got to venture out into some things, even if you can network to people to make your business stronger. And I recommend that to all the people, because I'm sure of us here are doing some type of thing on the side to make our own business more. With the time to change, just try to be ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
Hate to come in.
Oh, man.
I just recommend I'll do that. Hey man, I tell them like this: you don't have to steal and cheat, but all you gotta do is come in, and if you can steal your customers, I totally, I figure is come in, do a better than and cut their neck off, as you say, make them to where they want to call you. Because they do it. Most of these people's jobs are white men. And now they call a black guy first. I figure they do it to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I read this comment by St. Nick's 69. Said America is a third world country. No importing raw materials, no manufacturing for those raw materials, no exporting finished goods. Blexit Duck Communitas says another terrorist team takeover here in Chicago downtown tonight. This is the result of voting blue and Brandon Johnson, aka Lori Lightfoot 2.0.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
shit.
killing us. I tell people all the time, you better get. I think see abrupt change because this is the problem is the blue is handing out too much money, and all like this, and that's why you got most people like, well, fuck it. To my
Judge, you boring like a motherfucker, dude. Why don't you come out and come back in? Man said Ken Senior Red said sound like judges on Charles Faulkner's Baltimore Wireless. Oh boy. Lexi the Community says, is this I know, but he's currently the wealthiest governor ever in American history. He can buy his way out of anything, and we have nothing but communist Democrats and surrender Republicans rhinos here. He funded many Democratic candidates last year's primary. Uh, just paid two judges $1 million each to pass the purge law. I mean, the so-called Safety Act. Now, no cash bail goes into effect statewide in September. No cash bail.
yeah, they're doing that in a lot of states, right? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, you want to hear something? It's bad. Just give an example. I don't know if y'all saw that big beating where one of them kids jumped that old man in a parking lot here in Cleveland. Remember, they said it made national news. The Kia boys did. Just give an example. My dude was actually behind them earlier. They had blocked him in earlier at another store. He called the police, tell them, hey, look, man, there's some kids out here. I overheard them talking that they had hurt somebody here. They hit somebody in the car and all like this. Police didn't respond quick enough. And if they would have responded, he followed them for like 10 minutes. If the police would have responded, that guy would have never got beat that night because the police would have had him earlier on those cars when they went out in those stolen cars. But literally, the police didn't come, and it's not. Now I feel sorry for the police because I done talked to a police officer said, "Hey, I done arrested the same guy twice in one day, same kid in two different stolen vehicles." And he said, now think about it. I done arrested the same guy, done brought the first guy in, the first kid in, and then I caught him later on at the end of my shift with another stolen car. Now that's just ridiculous.
Mm.
I mean, think about it. For you to process in and out so bad, but yet I turned I said, but yet y'all sitting up here beating me up over a traffic ticket or whatever, you know? These motherfuckers got Grand Theft Auto.
God damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, like I said, hope everyone here is pressed like. Likely they did. Got 60 likes, so that's a pretty good ratio. So I appreciate everybody who has done. Oh, I saw Greg earlier. Oh man, I don't know if I shouted Greg out. I'm sorry, bro, because I don't know. Maybe I was on a tangent or something. But yeah, it's Greg right there. It says, "What up, Kev?" Shoot, what's going on, man? I do apologize, man. Like,
I say we really fucked. I mean, right now, it's just America's going to hell in a handbasket. I sit there and joke. I say, well, man, they need to hurry up and start building this colonization on Mars. I know it ain't gonna be no easy work, but I'm ready to get off this motherfucker because you see, like, this is the best country on the planet, but god damn, you know what I mean? It's like so much shit we doing.
Hey, here what I want y'all to do. Do you know the 3 richest countries on the planet right now? Do y'all know that? Do you know Chaos? Chaos,
Yes.
you there?
Yes.
What are the 3 richest countries in the world right now?
It all depends on what you make.
I would say, some parts of Europe, China, and I would say America. I can't.
I'd say America. I'd say America, China, and probably India. No,
I say Europe.
Saudi, yeah.
Okay, both of you got 2 answers right. It's America, China, and Japan.
Japan. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting about Japan. Yeah, I forgot about Japan. I hate to say I don't. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure Saudi Arabia is close because of the oil,
Yeah.
but it's China, Japan, and the United States of America.
Yeah.
Those are the three richest countries on the planet. And the way the United States does their own citizens, you wouldn't believe so.
Right.
But I
They're
mean,
going. Go ahead.
it's so much political corruption here, and so many hands in other people's pockets to the point where you wouldn't be able to tell as a citizen, but
Yeah.
it's a fact. We are the we are the richest country in the world, and we have the most powerful military.
Yeah.
No, just so as long as people don't form like Voltron against us.
We all right. Two, I think that's one why we create a lot of enemies. And another thing is that, hey, we realize this, and I think we know that. So we're doing a big thing to where we're trying to get. We see how China controls its people, our country, and our people is trying to really control them like that. I mean, like some of the stuff you see, like online with the fake election, man, that shit. That was 15 years ago in China. They've been had it like that. So the stuff you see here that they're starting to do, that shit like with the DNA tests and how they know everything, the shit, they was doing that in China for the last 15 years. I mean, think about it. That's the reason why in China they was doing a mask and stuff like that. Trust me. They had the facial recognition software on lock. Like it was created for China. You know what I mean? They watched their citizens like a hawk.
Oh yeah, China is like very, very dictator, like very communist. Yeah, they didn't they pass a law that like you're only allowed to play video games like 2 hours a weekend or some shit like that.
3 hours, 3 hours a day or something. Like really, they make sure that they control their stuff. Really like that. So they know exactly what they're doing, and just like in America, what we've done here is okay, fine. Anybody who gets out of line, or it's like because basically everything's a fucking crime, and it just matters is okay. If we ain't got nothing to get you on, we're gonna get you on one of these technicalities, and that's basically what it's becoming to live in America. I mean, like at first when I heard the Andrew Tate stuff, I'm like, oh, he didn't piss some people off. And I didn't really follow him like that, so I didn't know. But then as soon as I heard some of the stuff he was saying in his books, I'm like, well, dummy, you just gay. I said, you're going to jail. I mean, plain and simple. You're going to jail because what you said in your books and how you talked about. Technically, you don't need a victim like that. When you talk about a scam that way, you're going to jail. Like if you notice me, I remember I used to told you guys that what I used to do. But if you notice, I never told you guys how I did it. Because technically you could still go to jail because they need to know how. And that's why I never told nobody how, even though it's way past the statute of limitations. But it's how, and that's what gets you busted. And I tell people all the time. And when I was sitting there watching it, I heard some. I'm like, "Oh, dude, you're going to jail, dude." And I'm like, "They got you. All them videos right there. I didn't even hear when they was playing some of that shit. They got you." And I said, basically, if you piss off the wrong person, we're putting you in jail for technicality. Like, say if I was ever a big YouTuber or like that, first thing they're gonna do is probably put me in jail for child support bullshit. You know that.
All right, Ray. Ray, I see you're back.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nah, I was trying to fuck with my mic, man. But it's pissing me off. Well, I
Okay.
was hearing y'all talk about Andrew Tate. Yeah, according to him, man, when he was talking to Candace Owens and everybody, he was putting it as like, hey, he ain't did shit wrong.
Well, at first, but then once I heard how he did it, this is the problem. They got him on the parts that I've heard that he said too many on his thing. They got him on using other people. They got him on manipulation. You're using other people to do something to create you put a person in an environment. You try to basically told you, I made the person lose everything. Why? So they'd have to do that. And there's a form of trickery in it. And then on top of that, he talked about how he was stealing from money, wasn't giving them their cut. So you're already fucked that way. You know what I mean? That's why I said it's not. You might have convinced them and done all of this, but then you've got too many aspects. So I was like, oh, he's going to jail. I mean, period. You talked about how you were skimming the money and stealing from him there. You talked about how you basically cost him everything to do that first. Yeah, you're going to jail, unfortunately. I mean, it's just what it is. You could have come out and done that, but you should have never published it and made too many videos and showed people other people how to do it. You should have just shut the fuck up. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like I said, as a former person who used to do dirt, that's why I was saying, like, I got into it with BGS over this ESG score. And now I love that this shit is coming out there now. I told him, you don't realize something. I said, man, a corrupt person like you got somebody like me, and I'm controlling the ESG source, and I get and I'm managing pension funds where all these motherfuckers care about returns. All I got to do is, hey, man, say Kevin manages 50 trillion and I manage 50 trillion, and there's maybe another 100 trillion out there that we don't manage. If me and Kevin get together and say we ain't buying this stock, it don't matter shit. We gonna manipulate the price, and knowing that, hey, my friend gave the ESG score, and I knew that this company was gonna go down, I can put downward pressure on it and make money off that. I said, I mean, you don't realize there's so many maybe you just never had a person that can think multifaceted, but there was just so many fucking ways you can destroy companies that way. That's the reason why them companies are doing that shit. They're being manipulated, and the super rich are just manipulating them to make more money. They don't give a fuck about the benefit of the company. They figure, oh, we didn't. Nigga, that has nothing to do with that. It's about motherfuckers making corporate greed, and that's the most important thing in all of it. Because when a motherfucker get used to, it's like this. Say you got in a habit and you spend $5,000 a week and you living off that for now. Okay, now something happened, you ready to life, and now you spending $50,000 a week. Now, even though you say, well, goddamn, how could I be spending $5,000 or $50,000 a week and that ain't enough? But then now that you were spending $50,000 a week, I say, okay, now you got to go back to your $10,000 a week. You only spend that much. That's double than what you used to. No, you would want to take that reduction in lifestyle. But you were used to blowing that amount on women or whatever other things. It's so many ways to manipulate things, and I guess maybe you just never had a multifaceted person that would think like that. I mean, like I was sitting there thinking, God damn, man, if we were still in the dirt, we could be making big bankrolls off of that shit. You know what I mean? And I tell you, the only thing that keeps me honest is that I said I wasn't going to do no dirt no more after my son was, on the way. And that's the only, like literally I sit there and say, God damn, so many things. I could have been a billionaire by now. That's if because I tell people all the time, the most rich people, what do? They lie, cheat, and steal to get what they want. America's becoming that.
All right.
Yeah, I heard you.
Let's see. I'm going to say, as well as men dropping out of society, lying flat in China, herbivore men in Japan, monk mode in the U.S. Good Lord.
It's true. Think about it. It's not worth unless you're going to be like, I ain't going to lie, unless you're going to super work hard and put in 78 hours a week, or you got to either do that and work yourself to death, or just like you say, lay flat, you say monk mode or whatever, don't pursue no relationships, this, that, and the other. Those are the only two ways to survive right now. Some people are going to be, okay, fine, I'm going to work this 78 hours a week. Others are just going to say, fuck it. Because that's about all you can do right now if you want to do something legal. Because they're making it difficult. I'm not going to lie. They're making it extremely difficult.
Okay. All right. Who got the noise in the background? Oh, okay. But
Yo.
yeah. Go ahead, Ray.
Nah, what was you just saying, Judge? My last part.
They said they were just making it extremely difficult. You're gonna have to either work your ass off, or work 78 hours a week, or you might as well sit on your ass and do nothing. I mean,
Well, there's still guys in the space that I know very well of that believes that they should get their D wet, you know, at all costs, no matter if there's feminists out of galore here in this in these states.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like, oh well, they're willing to take a risk. I'll mention. I'll write the name in the private chat.
Yeah. Listen. I take the risk. Like I went out the other day and I had, picked up a chick for, one of those, and I ain't gonna lie, man. That satisfied. You get a good one. That satisfied the urge for a while. You'll be all right. Sometimes you realize it ain't even, literally, it ain't even worth it. Because after all, sometime they're gonna get on your damn nerves. I mean, literally, it's all the same. Like, the chick I was talking to, that's you work too much. Well, I told you, I got a 3-year plan. I got to work this hard. Period. And yes, I mean, basically, they've been sold on a lifestyle that damn near most men are not going to be able to even make them happy. And you trying to make them happy to the point of nowadays it's not even worth it. I mean, literally, you might as well just pay hey, look, realize I just pay the price, do the deed, and whatever.
Well, you can say we could say to the whole fleet of these broads, like, hey, y'all just for fun times.
Yeah.
It's not even safe for that no more.
Right. I mean, so hey, you just gotta do that to realize that, hey, the world has changed. No matter what you do to these women, for these women, it still ain't gonna be a fucking enough. And then what's so bad is she gonna have 5 or 6 other dudes or women out there putting the bug in her hair, what all this shit. Come on now. I mean,
yeah,
it still ain't gonna be enough.
And those same dudes are trying to convince you to go back into the simp sphere and say, oh, no, you got to be this woman's Ultraman.
Look, think about it, motherfucker. Think about it. If Will Smith couldn't satisfy a motherfucker, think about you watching these people that got 500 times more than you will ever have. Think about it. Will Smith's kids' allowances are probably more than you make in a year. Think about that. This man is paying his kids' allowances is your damn paycheck a year. And if this motherfucker
believe that.
Think about it. No, right. But think about this. But think about it. It's becoming to the point to like this. You can't ask for anything as a man. You like, hey, look, man, can I get the big piece of chicken? Oh, see, that's just self. It's like, well, then what the fuck do I get for being a man? Nothing. That's basically what you want to be. I want you to be the man. You get to pay all the bills, do all the hard work. You get to make no rules, no nothing. And that's what you see with the old girlfriend in a dress at the Usher concert. So a smart woman say, "Oh hell no, that's disrespectful to my woman," because I'm not need to do something for me because we still cordial. When I was talking to this chick, I told her no, I couldn't do that because we said we was gonna talk. But now after girlfriend get upset because you always working too much, well, goddamn, you know what I mean? But I figured, hey, I bet not because that's kind of disrespectful. If this chick asked me to do something, I figured we was cool. We've been friends and all, but how that look? Me doing something for my ex and being nice if I'm supposed to be moved on with somebody else. But literally, I get exposed for working too much. So, you're not going to, literally, it's because they've made it to where it's an unrealistic standard for them to go half on anything or do anything. Most of that's going to knock 60% of the women out of them. And then the problem is, as soon as you say, okay, fine, if she's one of those ones to go half, all it takes for somebody who can afford to come around one night or 1 week and they'll throw their whole shit away. And then once they realize that person, hey, you realize you just used for that week like Derek Jackson used a chick, then it's, oh, whatever. Come on, I've seen it. Look, he used your ass, had a week to kill. Yeah, I made you feel like a dime for a week. And then what did he do? Take his money off to the next one. And I mean, unfortunately, if you want to have a traditional family, all of that stuff, 9 times out of 10 for the average black man, that shit ain't happening. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, and plus too, I find
mean,
it
it's what
stupid
it
because
is.
I'm
You want to
like,
raise a productive child or anything like that, that shit ain't happening. You
I
see
find it
the
stupid on their part, on the women's part, man, because it's like, okay, I find it stupid on the women's part because I'm like, all this energy you're spending and showing all this vitriol and anger towards this man, whom you say you care for so much,
Mhm.
and you're using this to give you an excuse to be on the verge of breaking up with this man. Well, you're going to be the typical statistic of a woman that will get mad at this man once he reaches go or close to it. And these other women, they smell that success and they're going to gravitate towards him. So therefore, you're going to get shitty in the end when you should just stay with them and help them reach that goal. Do whatever you can to help them reach that point.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of women throw it out there. Just to give an example, I had a client, one of the customers, for my new business that I'm doing. One of the some of the customers some of the tenants have my number directly. So she called me one night, like 4 nights ago. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this woman is bad. I mean, you would not believe that 4 kids came out of her body. And I mean, she got huge hands. No, this, I mean, I was sitting up there. So she asked me, well, yeah, I need you to really come over right now. And I'm like, man, she'd come downstairs when I go to look at this breaker and stuff, get this electrical back on. Oh my God, hard to top on and all like that. I said, oh God, I'm sitting here now. I just had edible that day, so a nigga was hot. I'm like, girl, I did not want to come over to it. I'm like, try not to mix business pressure. But oh my God, I know she was probably thinking, why this nigga did not fuck. I would do it. She knew I had 4 kids, and I already know that if I start fucking with her, I'm gonna probably get another one. But I ain't gonna lie, you ain't pulling out of that. But I mean, it be out there. Just don't get caught up, fellas. Yeah. One of my rules is I don't fraternize with none of my, business contracts tenants. It's just no good for that. But I mean, when she came downstairs, the nigga already had an edible. And she, so you sit down like that? I'm sitting here like, oh God, let me get. I'm trying to roll up the extension cord, not looking at her. Oh man, she had and I'm like, oh. Oh man, I better shut up before one of my clients hear this damn. She got,
Hey, well, that was wise on your part, though, man. That was wise,
bro. Look, man. I was sitting up here, attention. I mean, because nigga was high already. Cause I'm like, she just kept begging me to come on. Well, I really need you. I'm worried about the food. I'm like, well, man, I do not need to be coming to your house. My guard is down. I figured she called I'm like, I go over there. I'm like, I'm up here I knew I was zooted already. I didn't need to be driving because I'm all up in the suburbs. I'm like, any California stop, I get pulled over. They're going to be like, nigga, you high. Get out the car. I don't even know. I ain't even going to lie, man. And I just kept I was trying to roll up the cord after I got the power going. Shoot, man, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, you could have plugged that refrigerator into me. That's how much power she was giving off. Man.
Yeah, man, look. It's been about 3 hours, man. I don't know. I might let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something, and this is I'm trying to go ahead and wrap it up, and we can give this 5 more minutes.
Kev said, no smoke, man. No smoke, man. I'm about to go, man.
I mean, maybe I need to turn heel or some shit like that. Maybe I need to hit somebody across their back with a chair, so I get booed out the fucking building, man. Shit. I don't know. Being a face is boring. It is, and I mean, I'm not just like they were saying earlier. They say I'm too diplomatic.
No, Kevin, this is the thing you realize. This is the one thing that they've realized. The reason why they're never going to come back men anywhere is because unfortunately the manosphere has technically served its person as its purpose. It's giving men a voice. And the problem is this: the women know that anything that they say is all rooted in emotion and no facts. And know that their way that they've been running things is already say everything is going downhill
But
and there's no way to come back that. So they realize that. So basically the only thing that they got going for them now is they're just gonna say, no, you should just do what we say, and that's it. If you say anything else, we can't say it because why? We have nothing, no facts to stand on. And you realize that. They realize most men now, we're not even wasting time dealing with, like, we're back in the day thing, we would go to other panels and try to debate these motherfuckers. Then you realize how far these motherfuckers like ostriches with their head in the fucking ground, that you're like, why the fuck am I even wasting time talking to them? I don't care. You know, like I told you, you better treat them like that plant on the back porch. You better hope I'm walking by and you need water and I gotta pee. It's about it.
Look. I'm not even so much talking about the females because I've already established, like, for these little Miss Andrews, these divestors, I really don't take them all that serious.
Oh, the white men, but that's the problem. They don't realize the white boys don't want their fucking ass either. And see, they don't realize when they get with the white man, what do? You better not try to talk all that shit you talk to them before us, because the white man are the king of beating their women. I mean, them white men will beat the shit out of these black women in a minute and won't think nothing of it.
Listen up, bro. If that's the life they want, if they want a Chad Wheeler, let them have at it. Let them have at it. I mean, you're better with that guy than with me. I'll say that. But
I'm just gonna tell you like this, Kevin, and I'm gonna say it like this all the time. You would be doing, if all black men, women said tomorrow that they would never date black men again and don't care about us, you would be doing us a favor. Because you do more damage to us than you ever could. I mean, I hate to say something, you damage us more than anything else.
What? Drake. Listen up. Do you know how many hating ass niggas out there? Niggas with supposedly with testicles out there that's hating. I mean, shit. These dudes bitch more than the bitches. I'm talking about.
But they only bitching because they're trying to get a bitch. That's the reason why they bitching. It's because they're trying to get a bitch.
Bro, do you even realize how much hate this space gets from other little fuck niggas, man?
Of course, because they're trying to get a bitch.
So why can't they come holler at us? Like, why can't they come holler at me about why they so hateful and why they claim to be men of logic, but they're actually the most illogical fucking fucks in the space, and they're doing more harm than good. Like why is it that I mean, it's like I don't even care about bitches at this point. It's like, what's wrong with black men? That's what my concern is. Why is it that you got all these hating ass motherfuckers that go to these little stupid fucking echo chambers and shit on us and throwing rocks and hide their hands, but they can't come confront a nigga?
Because they're trying to get a bitch. Period. Once you realize, these motherfuckers ain't never been a ladies' man. Like, literally, I've never had to think about it. A person who gets enough pussy, I'm pretty sure that's how you can tell the ones men that don't care. You don't give a fuck about saying something to get some ass or not. Like I tell people, I'm an asshole, definitely, all day. Women are attracted. Like, look, no offense, Kevin, you're a fucking asshole. I mean, it's just what it is. Men like us, right, you are an asshole. And I'm pretty sure your wife likes that in you. I mean, you ain't never had no chance getting laid. I mean, period. Assholes do, because unfortunately, like, look at Derrick Jackson. That should just show to prove you. Just that we ain't hiding the shit. I mean, the niggas just straight up like that. They like assholes. Right. They may not like our delivery and all the shit, but they like it. So think about it. Those people right there that try to lead you back to the plantation, those are the little sorry group of men who had never had a gift of game or whatever to talk somebody to get to what you wanted anyway. Some motherfuckers, I'm gonna be me, and the motherfuckers still gonna come. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between them. I mean, think about it. Why the fuck would you be putting your own children? You gonna have sons making their life 10 times harder for them. For what? I mean, do you not really think about if you have any boys, what you gonna do? Neuter their motherfucking ass?
Probably.
Right, but that's right because that's the only way that they can survive. I mean, period.
Mm.
I mean, come on, all of us here. Then, I mean, what? I mean, like when you really think about it, when somebody told me, "Oh, if you hit 10% of the girl, you actually hit." I thought I hate to say, I always thought, "Hey, I'm a lame." I never thought. You know, somebody told me, "Well, evidently for a lame, you talk about sex a lot." And I never thought about it that. I thought that you should just get all of them. I never just thought that maybe I just had the bar set too high in my mind. But I mean, I'm pretty sure every time you say, "Well, goddamn, Dre, you don't always got a story about this person you done mess with or that person," you know. But that's what it is. We don't think about it like that. With those people, is this? Hey, I'm trying to look nice and handsome in the space right now because I can lock down a potential mate. With men like us, we don't give a fuck what a motherfucker gonna think about us. We can stand on our own and say, if the bitch don't like me, she don't like me. I don't care. And that's the difference. They're doing that because, hey, I can go ahead and be a simp like this, and it makes me look decent, and that opens up for a smorgasbord more women that I can lay. Then they don't give a fuck about nothing else but that. Period. Otherwise, you wouldn't be catering to an agenda that's in your own worst interest. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and they hate rejection too. Y'all can take that clip with y'all. I sent y'all. Well,
I mean, think about it. All of them, you know me, I'm one of the most outspokenest person on here. I have no problem with saying anything, and I just say like this is, hey, you got to get your self-confidence high in yourself first, more than anything. And a lot of these people, they're fighting for the other bullshit and try to lead your, oh, you should just work harder to give them what they want. No, motherfucker, I shouldn't have to. Motherfucker, I got just as much as you or even more than you. I should deserve some respect, period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Because I think about this is because I'm telling you like this. Oh, so women, you want to act like this? I'm just going to tell you like this then. What if we told the men, okay, this is what you do. Since the women want to act like this and she don't want anything worried about you, if anything go down, if you get into a car accident, that car catch on fire, jump out and leave that bitch in the car. Now they hate because we was pushing the message like that. Or just let you say, hey, when it's something like that, no, remember, you ain't my wife, so I don't need to pull your ass up out this car. Or you didn't wash my clothes last night, so I don't need to help you out this car. Too bad, every man for themselves. Now, if we told men to act like that, even think about it, even how they tell the women to, but like just say we told every man, the message was every man for themselves. You think the manosphere is getting hate now? Shit.
I noticed this one thing. Y'all. I noticed that there are YouTube channels where women, whatever their intention was, will say any and everything about black men. They'll make black men the topic. I mean, and get mad about what guys in the black manosphere actually say. But but then you had these old fuck niggas. And I know the current word is fuck boy, but I'll go ahead and say that in Montgomery, Alabama in 1994, we were calling them fuck niggas.
Mm-hmm.
they will sit up there and say shit like, dog, why don't you stop talking about these women and go get your money, dog? But you will never hear those guys say, God damn, the women can't focus on nobody but black men. And then we'll turn around and say, well, as a man, it is not my place to say anything if that's a woman right there. But we'll sit there alongside with women and talk about dudes.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
Because think about it. If they sitting there talking bad about dudes, that opens the door for charity pussy. A lot of niggas I ain't even just gonna come on the line.
Man said charity pussy.
Charity pussy. I mean, come on now. All right, come on now. Have you ever just fell into some pussy? Because don't you tell me that I'm not. Because I ain't gonna lie. I tell most of the people, hey man, either you like me or you don't. I really don't care. Like I tell people, I had them going the other day when I told them, I said, oh, but you don't waste time with the small, and you just really you really straightforward, or you don't have no tack. No, I don't have no tack at all. I said my ex told me that all the time. I said, well, then, why do people hire you? I said, because my work speaks for itself. That's the reason why. I said, plain and simple, I done built my customer base already. So you can't touch, I don't advertise, so you can't find my customers. I done built mine up there in the real world before social media. That's the reason why I can be outspoken I am. After a while, they say, yeah, that nigga's an asshole, but I'm calling that nigga. And that's what you need to do. Create a service that you are needed. I tell all black men, especially in this sector, if you're going to be with us, get out there, do what the fuck you need to do. Fuck everybody else's opinion.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Would you advise black men to create LLCs? Create an LLC for themselves?
I definitely make sure that you have more than one thing. Yeah, I would definitely recommend most of us to be ventured in others' multitude of skill sets. And I'm not even gonna lie, I recommend if you can go, somebody's gonna be willing to teach you, even if it takes time, you better just go learn. One of the things I always say, if a man's gonna be take his time to sit there and teach you, don't be dumb enough not to listen.
Man, did you hear me say LLC?
Yeah, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. But okay. I mean, so yeah, start the I said, I mean, it has its ups and downs. I would definitely recommend probably, yeah, more than not.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely, I would say, from the research I've done, it's definitely a way to protect yourself and your assets.
Yeah, but I hate to say it's now they're changing the laws and crap about that there, because so many people are hiding their stuff in the LLCs, so they're cracking down on that big time.
Oh God. Well,
I hate to tell you that, but yeah, no, I mean, you got to, because it's the problems. Like, just give an example. I got a lot of. I tell you, there's problems with it when you have an LLC. Say you own houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got an LLC. Okay, now you got an LLC. It's hard as hell to evict a woman. Say you want to get a woman in there, do like this. This is what happens. Your property manager can't go and evict the person. You actually, in most cities now, you have to hire an independent lawyer. Like, even if you own LLC, you can't even go in there. You got to hire a lawyer. So they create more fees on top of that. It all depends on what you're doing. And so the evict the person, if the person knows how to play the law right, and I'm not going to tell you how to play the law right, because I've seen women, I've been in eviction court probably at least about 50, 60 times. And I mean, like, I would just watch some of these women come in there. I'm like, wait a minute, your rent is $800 a year. I'm paying $800, and you gonna tell me your twat ain't worth that much? And most of them will come in there with a dude and this, that, and the other. But then I realized, nah, the reason why the twat ain't worth that much, because nigga, you was realize this nigga was just somebody who was just fucking you. Because he really cared about your safety and well-being. He would have just paid that $80 to them when they came. But that's how sometimes you got to realize that. Even most of these men realize that most of these women ain't shit. They ain't gonna be shit. They ain't not gonna raise the kids. So the worst thing you can do is unfortunately get them pregnant. And that's just the bottom line. It's just what I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If you put a baby in a black woman right now, nowadays, you got to be a damn fool. Period. And I hate to say that's probably the extinction of the black race, but hey, we gotta stop more of these bastards out here from being born, because these young people, they don't give a shit. They'll kill people at the drop of the hat. It's just, I mean, think about it. I ain't gonna lie, it's too many of these. It's being ghetto and all like that has become more of the standard, where people, rational thinking men like us, are becoming few and far between.
No shit.
Yeah. Like, literally, I mean, when you sit up here and say, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I even told her, hey, if y'all black women stop messing with us black men, that would probably do the black community. Maybe we can thin our numbers down to where we can get rid of breeding all these dummies. Because I'm not gonna lie, and they don't care about the children, period. The children are just a means to delay adulthood for them, so they can make sure that they got to don't worry about their next meal up being put out on the street. Period. That's all they are.
All right. I think okay, so Ray, got any last words? I mean, like on the broadcast, you know.
Yeah. Oh no. Shoot, bro. Nah, like I said, thanks for having me up, bro. Sorry I didn't have no smoke for you. I can't. I don't
No,
have
no.
no.
Hey,
I don't,
Ray. If you had smoke for me, I believe it'll probably be that Chiba. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't.
That
I know.
that sweet Chiba got me. That green got.
Oh yeah, hey. Hey, you ain't lying about that, boy.
Yeah.
Well, shit, yeah. I mean, you're right. You're right, man. These dudes are cowards, man. You know, what I mean, they're cowards. They're lord and scum. Going over to females, spotting and then just talking shit about man. Yeah. You're not even a man to me at that point. You deserve to be sent to the belly of Sheol. In
Well,
other
Yeah.
words,
well, think about it. What are they doing it for? I mean,
For the validation of e-pussy that I don't know, I guess they have some type of virtual reality headset machine that allows them to meet up in a virtual club and go in
well,
one of the VIP rooms
think
and
about it.
like ugh,
Think about it, though, Kev. Most of these men, technically, maybe they never been a value anywhere else. So if they can be a value v pussy as currency, that's hey, at least I'm something
they
online.
eat pussy.
E pussy, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
think about it. At
that
least I'm
dude,
something
you might as
online.
well you
I mean,
you might as well turn on X videos and Fap away if that's the case. I
well,
mean,
and I'm pretty sure a lot of them do that.
oh well, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that goes without saying.
I mean, right. I'm pretty sure. I think about it. I'm pretty sure a lot of them do that.
if MTR can do it, I can do it too.
I mean, and well, you see already like this shit. I hate to say that man right there. You could already tell he could never. Most people can't handle the heat. I mean, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
You can't. They can't handle MGR. You knew, hey, nigga, when people came after you and talked about your job, you could tell it hurt his ass. And I told him, I said, that evidently, they knew that new soft nigga type shit. And I tell people all the time, before you get into this YouTube shit, your ass should have been have 500 hours, online gaming, where you had to use a headset and like, especially back in the Call of Duty days. You got to learn to hit people back where it hurts with them verbally and just keep it moving and don't even forget because you got 7 and 8 year olds calling grown men niggas all the time. Them white boys love to do that shit online.
Oh
And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
after a while, right,
Because they
right,
feel safe. They
right,
feel
right.
they feel like these other Wi-Fi warriors around here, like trying to send you message talking about some. I hope you die because you got a YouTube channel.
Well, most of these,
Why do
most
you
of
say
these
Wi-Fi
niggas. I'm gonna just tell
warrior?
you. Now, I'm just tell you like this. Most of these niggas, the reason why they don't have their skin is so thin like that, because most of these motherfuckers couldn't afford to buy a video game system, have online capability, and keep up with the fees it costs to play. So they never, the first time they ever got used to somebody saying some shit they didn't like was on YouTube. I
Mm.
mean, I had little 7-year-old boys sit up here and try to cuss me out over on Call of Duty back in the day. After a while, I had them little boys sitting up there crying to their mama. And I remember
Oh,
a couple of times they grown. Well, look, man, you realize that your son got on here and called me all type of niggas and all like that. I just hit him where it hurt. I mean, what you can talk to a man, when then what? When a nigga talk back to you, then you don't like it. I mean, so you got to get.
but
I mean, these are just all right. Good.
that's how most of these people in this space are. Like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna say
they'll sit up there, they'll talk about you, they'll dog you, they'll talk about your mama, they'll talk about anything in any aspect about you. But the second you kind of blink at them a little wrong,
it.
as if you're going to
No.
say something, oh man, why you say that? You
Mhm.
all in your feels, you
Mhm.
mad? Oh my God! I'm like, nigga, yeah, man, I'll knock your fucking ass out. But
Well, see
we're on
like
a
this.
Wi-Fi connection, so I can't do it. Like
Well, I tell
so.
them, I tell them all the time. I said, you don't realize something. I don't live in a glass house, motherfucker. I can throw stoves with the best of them. I told them, I said, look, I'm the type of person I like actually hand to hand combat. Love it. So I got to talk shit. I'll tell you, I got to love to talk shit because most niggas don't want to fight nowadays. So you really got to just crack them out, crack them down to make them where they got to fight you. And that's why, that was always my thing. Half of these motherfuckers on here ain't doing shit because I'm trying to be the man for the girls. And we realize we got some other people on the other side to sit up here and say, no, we just don't give a fuck. We just gonna do our thing. If the bitch come along, she gonna come along. They're gonna make them want you even more. So if you really want to get laid, fellas, on the other side, instead of trying to hate on us, just be like, fine, I don't give a fuck no more. Derek Jackson should have showed you. This nigga was playing his girl, all that shit. Why is the nigga still banging all these bitches? Because why? I'm going to be a fucking asshole. You knew I was lying. And what? Your motherfucker's going to keep coming back. Keep giving me my money. So you might as well be what you want to be and at least get laid. Don't be the guy cheering on the side with the pom-poms and don't get laid.
Mm-hmm. All right. I got a message to send out to a couple of content creators because, because it's getting to the point where I'm starting to believe these dudes are bitches and they don't want to actually discuss this. But I'm gonna issue a challenge and they can answer it next week, a week from now, a month from now. I want AM1 and Truth As I Know It to come talk to me about this YouTube daddy shit. That's what it is. If I got to tag them in a fucking broadcast and call them niggas out myself, I will fucking do it. Like, no, because I'm tired of this demoralization and this denigration of manhood because they're so fucking jealous of every goddamn body else. Like, so anybody that listens to either one of those two content creators, and shit, by the way, I can go tell them niggas myself. Come tell me why you believe I got a fucking YouTube daddy. Because I'm sick of this shit. I really am. It's like, it's pussy shit to me. And believe me, it's going to be harsher if they come over here and they say something wrong. Because all I can say is this: if you are a boring ass nigga, it's not my fault at all. It's not BGS's fault. It's not Edward Anderson's fault. It's not Judge Dre's fault. It's not Ray Hama's fault, not Chaos Reign's fault. It's nobody's fault but yours. So
you sure it ain't Tyrone's fault? Oh, no, Jermaine's fault, rather.
Jermaine, yeah, it's always Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's. So if I got to go over there myself or to their channels or in their comment sections and say, hey guys, let's chop it up. What's this YouTube daddy shit you two motherfuckers keep saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it? What's going on, fellas? Why the bullshit? Why the bullshit? I thought they would have gotten the message. I got a smoke show every fucking Sunday. But, as they want to say that shit, hey, now you're challenged. Now I'm calling you out. Now I'm calling both of you fellas out. And believe me, I will close the panel off to everybody except those two. Because I want to hear this shit come out of their mouth.
But Kevin, it's not happening. Like I said, it's kind of like
I can make
they did a study with monkeys. No, but they did a study with monkeys, and they were saying that like some of the monkeys weren't dominating and not weren't the dominant male in the pack, but they showed that the other monkeys who were just like always picking the hair out the other female's back and picking the bugs, eating them off, they would eventually father some of the children. So they get charity pussy from the women to just being that emotional tampon. And that a lot of those men have taken that adaptive role to, hey, I can get the charity pussy just for doing this. To while the other bigger monkeys out fighting, and yeah, they did fuck when they wanted to fuck, but you understand what I'm saying. A lot of them, they realize, look, I can't be the alpha male in that thing. So I just got to go ahead and right.
I had a caveat. It could be me versus AM1, Truth As I Know It, Man of Tomorrow, and Spiritual Logic, aka Hulk. Mm-hmm. For them against me, and they can sit up there and tell me all that bullshit all they want, but I want to know what the goddamn problem is.
Well, hold on, you said Spiritual Logic? Oh damn. What did he do?
The goddamn problem is, Kevin, is that this is a problem. Men like you got
this nigga is passive aggressive as fuck. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The problem, Kevin. You have a problem like this, Kevin. Like you got your own time and opinion, and you all like this. You might have flaws in your way of thinking, but you know you choosing the direction you want to go and how you want to live your life. Just like with me, people like us have confidence in ourselves, and that's dangerous to people like that with no confidence in themselves.
Hey, what channel was it? How about this? Fuck them niggas. That'll make them come over.
But I mean, Kevin, like I said, you think see, you got to remember they're them. some of those things that some of those men are still damaged, and they might be damaged in the confidence department. It's just really what it is.
They can be as damaged as they want. They can be leaking oil, but they, just I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. All that bitch assness. I want to know why all the bitch assness. That's all I want to know.
Because I didn't get that from a man, like when he was talking about the Bible and and Jesus and stuff.
Get
So
the fuck out of here, bro. This bro always saying shit about this space. Yeah, saying shit about the guys over here, how we're corrupt, how we're leading women on the wrong path. And I mean, like, my thing is, I think people are grown enough to make their own fucking decisions.
I'll be damn.
Well, I went on a show the other day in MOT. I wanted to say something to him, but he left immediately. Like two of them left immediately when I got up on there. So I realized I must be one of the people they refer to. But hey,
yeah, because I'm tired of this bullshit. I really am. This decrepit way of fucking thinking. Like niggas, please. I'm not like they act like people are scared of their asses or supposed to be scared of their asses or supposed to be kissing their asses. Hell no, nigga.
Well, I wonder what channel was he on talking stuff, man.
Bruh, just watch any of these channels and watch how he comments. Just watch. I mean, like I said, the four
Yeah,
of them.
I don't know where he be. I don't know where he be.
I don't know. Like I said, I watch this space. I try to support it. I try to, support it with a like, with a view or whatever. I'm not the biggest super chatter, but yeah. But it's like every time I go in one of these conversations, it's the passive aggressive pussy shit. Like I ain't been right about this shit, like for real. I ain't been right about this shit ever since that 7 hour wine session AM1 through when he was talking about the list. These niggas was saying some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. But then they want to continue with it. They want to continue that shit without talking to people like we're fucking men. That's just all there is to it. But when you say, hey, you know what? Come get the smoke. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can come up with. Then them niggas ain't never around. AM1 showed over here a couple times. I dropped the link in the chat. Did the motherfucker come up? No. But he want to act all smug today. So hey, that's the challenge right there. All for you against me. Period. That's how it is.
I'll be damn. Oh, I ain't never thought that nigga, but damn.
Yeah, so come tell me what the fucking problem is. Let's cut the bitch assness out. That's all I'm saying.
That's real talk, though. I mean, I hear you, bro.
No, what I'm saying. And if this challenge ain't met soon, I will go on a video campaign like a motherfucker. I know I've been lazy with my editing lately, but hey, I will be lazy no more. So what do y'all think? Can I get all four of them over here? Like all four of them? Hell, that puts the advantage in their court.
Yeah, because then I mean they're either like come through like man up or just shut the hell up about it and just do your own thing.
Because I'm tired of this shit. I'm really seriously fucking tired of this shit. Period. I'm tired of it. Everybody look, I'm saying as a man, and I'm talking to them as men. As men. You niggas ain't got very long. Because I don't have very much patience. But like I said, the four of them against me. Any smoke show Sunday, whenever they're ready to do it. Take your little ballless ass out of the fucking echo chamber and come talk to Kev about it. Period. Is that enough insult for them?
I believe so. Shit, hey, that's all real talk, man. Because I can't stand that passive aggressive shit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. This whole talk, I mean, personally, I think all four of them niggas soft as fuck. For real. All of them soft as fucking fuck, soft as a baby's fucking ass, softer than wet fucking tissue, obsessed with what other men are talking about and what other men are saying without making themselves interested. Boring as fuck niggas. Boring as fuck. So hey, if that ain't enough to bring them over, then hey, I'll put them on the I'll do like that dude said. What was that movie that Quentin Tarantino came out with? Damn, I forgot the one with Kurt Russell and the four girls that beat his ass at the end. He said, "I'm gonna put you on the list under chicken shit."
I mean, I think it's that Slaughterhouse movie. I think I called Race Sync.
That's something. Let me.
Death Race. I think it's called.
No. Wait a minute. Let's see. Kurt Russell, Quentin Tarantino. Death Proof. Death Proof. That's what it was called. Death Proof. Phew. I mean, it's just like I said. It's to the point with me where the shit is getting sickening. It's every fucking week. It's every fucking month. It's been for the past 4, 5, 6 fucking years, and none of them motherfuckers made the first step. None of them motherfuckers made the first step to resolve this shit. Just want to bitch all the time. Bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan. I don't like when black men act like bitches. I don't.
Oh man, I can't stand that shit to the highest order, boy.
Yeah, but let me get final statements in. The challenge is issued to forward them against me any smoke show, any Sunday. Or if they got time, hey, shit. So there you have it. Laid it out. Somebody can clip it. Somebody can say whatever.
Hey, and this is why I rock with you, brother. This is why I rock with you. Even though, hey, I was rocking with Spiritual Logic, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when he goes live, I go over there or whatnot, you know what I mean?
Like, I think he's a good brother. I really do. But it's a bunch of passive aggressive pussy shit that this nigga says when he gets in AM1 chat, when he gets in Ramil's chat, when he gets in even I think even in Ike's Mean chat sometimes he gets in there. So man, this is a corrupt system, and it's like when you lose logic and try to, and you're not being a man, like who the fuck are you even talking about at this point, bro? It's just like I'm to the point where I just like, okay, well, okay. If you can't be a man, why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you just take the fucking dick out your fucking mouth? Like, let's do it that way. Shit, these some bitch like I'm sorry, these some fuck niggas, and until they can prove otherwise, they will be fuck niggas to me. And I know some of you guys rock with these content creators and you like these content creators, but I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm sick of it. I am I am so fucking sick of it. So anyway, final statements, fellas. Before I wrap
Nah,
this up.
nah, thank you, bro. Sure, you just gave me some notes for my Lessons of Brotherhood stream I'm about to come out with.
Yeah. Like what I want you to do is I want you to watch what these people say. Now, like I will say, you can be against the black manosphere all you want, but I believe it's for chicken shit reasons. But Lord Lovesmith said, "What y'all think about Sergeant Willie Pete? I think he's mentally unstable, always simping over Six the Goddess. I never actually heard him simp over Six the Goddess or whatever like that. But Sergeant Willie Pete, with a lot of his content, he's definitely on point. That's what I think of him. But sometimes he can say some shit that I'm like, huh, what the fuck? But the SWP is okay. Southpaw 2K1 said, Lord Lovesmith, I think SWP is just frustrated that he can't get a wife. He's supposed to be a swole 6'5" brother with locks and a doctor, but he can't find a way. Can't find a wife. Get the fuck out of here, Pete. Shoot. Okay, well, good luck to him. But as black men in this space would say, and as I would say, it is like no one is entitled to anything. No one is supposed to do anything for you. You're not entitled to a woman. You're not. I've said that before. I've heard other content creators say it, but I mean it's just a fact of life. You go out, no one owes you anything. You owe it to yourself. Rocky and Rocky 3, I think he said that. But look, the whole thing is that black men are supposed to lead, according to everyone who has made a complaint about it, who wants to dodge accountability, and that when people say stuff like that, they are being extremely disingenuous because they don't mean black men are supposed to lead. They mean black men should shut up. And my thing is, at the end of the day, if you feel that way, why don't you come shut me up? I ain't got time for all this little pussy shit that's been going on lately. Like you said, let's just go ahead and be men and resolve this shit, and let's try to sit up there and grow off the merit of our own content and stop crying and fucking complaining when you're not growing. Now, I've had instances like, I don't like to share weaknesses or vulnerabilities for real, but I've had times where I've second guessed myself on this platform, and I've had even a couple instances I will almost catch myself blaming another content creator for my supposed lack of progress or whatever. But one thing that I had to understand, and one thing that really helped me grow as a person, is I had to take on that weight all on my own. Even if someone was trying to be a hindrance, my belief is that I have to become powerful enough for that kind of shit to be ineffective. Aaron Peters, what is going on? Shout out to the members of the channel, Aaron Peters being one. Yeah, it's called Strength from Within. And when you have that, not one person can do anything to damage that. Not one. Not one. And I have a issue or two, but I don't struggle too much with that. I don't struggle too much with that. But minimizing black men and minimizing our experiences and minimizing our positions as far as the conversation, our roles in American society and the world over is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And it's something that I will never accept. I will never kowtow to a fucking pussy ass fucking fuck nigga fool. I will never ever do it. There's nothing a weak man can do to hurt me. Period. Do I feel like I'm entitled to being treated like a leader? No, not at all. But if I am revered and I am respected, I will not reject it at all. So, to the four content creators that I mentioned, and they are as follows: Truth as I Know It, AM1, Man of Tomorrow, and Spiritual Logic, aka Hope. For you against me. Anytime. Not anytime. I'm sorry. I got shit to do. I actually have a purpose in life. I actually have a family. So just come to the smoke show. And it's like whether it's one of you, two of you, or all four of you, I guarantee no one else will come to the panel. No one else will. No one else will. No matter how much they want to come on the panel, I will not let them up on the panel. No, let me stop, because if Roger or Donnie wanted to come on the panel, I'll let them come on the panel. But I'll give you guys at least 30 minutes to say what you got to say. I'll say that. But if it does come down to it, 4 against 1, because like I said a couple weeks ago, that's the kind of shit for people who really think I give a fuck. So anyway, look, black men, black men as a collective, black men in general, black men who are listening to this program right now. Let's start taking the bull by the horns. Let's start doing that. Let's start taking the bull by the horns, and let's bring some type of balance to this motherfucker. So anyway, that's
For,
it.
for that to happen, my last thought, for that to happen, they're gonna have to stop being cowards and rise up against feminism, because it's saturated everywhere, even into the workplace. It affects men gravely.
hmm Yeah, and Lord loves me. Let me read this. and then I'm out. I know people will probably think that's a little classless of me to call those guys names, but hey, they shit on the space every fucking week, so fuck them. Lord Lovesmith says that dude is mentally unstable. If y'all don't call him out now, whenever he goes off the rails and kills someone, the entire space is going to be blamed for him. Yeah, like they tried to throw Frank James on us. like EDP 445 that none of us were ever associated with that guy. Like, yeah, any black man, and I said this weeks ago, and I say this consistently, any black man that has a YouTube channel that goes out there and does something crazy and fucking stupid will be connected to the black manosphere by haters. So yeah, if he goes out there, if he goes out there on some type of kamikaze mission and takes some folks with him, I guarantee you there are going to be some content creators. This black man is fool. You know, Art the stall. What is up, my brother? Yeah, I'm still up, but it's about to be a wrap. I'm about to wrap it up. So just say, on behalf of Chaos Rain, Ray Hamid, Judge Dre, and who did? Let me see who else came up to the panel. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all who came up to the panel. If I'm forgetting anybody, yeah, is blame the weed. I used to smoke all the time. So uh, anyway, that's it, guys. Everything is done all in good faith, but hey, we're gonna have to be men about something. So long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev, we trust. And when you don't give up, you win. Peace out.
Yeah.